Yeah, you know, I'm SR NBK. You heard the prez, the gentleman, natural born killers. If y'all niggas didn't know, now y'all know. And if y'all, this is the first time seeing me, this is what I look like. You heard the all city vertical kid. You heard? Because you ain't gonna see nothing but Graff legends, champions, concrete, jungle barbarians on this shit. You heard? You heard? Graff Champs, episode 8. I'm your host, the King Vertical Murdical Squirtical. Today we have SR and Papo.
Papo, what got you into graffiti, Papo? What got you into graffiti?
I come from that era where I think it was from my neighborhood. So I come from the South Side, from Williamsburg, you know, before the invasion and all that shit. And I lived on South 5th and Keep. So from my window, I could see the trains with the pieces and shit passing by. So as a little kid, I just used to stare out the window and watch all the trains and wonder how they did that shit. And then I was like, yo, one day I want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it was the colors and the letters and shit like that.
So who did you see? Like when you was look at the trains and shit?
Like Don D, Deck, DEK, FYA, Mag, PG. It was a lot of people.
So what made you like actually pick up a pen and write? Like how did that happen?
Well, the bombing part came from I know I have a lot of family all over the 5 boroughs, so I used to travel out on the train with my moms and shit. And on the streets I used to see a lot of Easy and Josh 5 and Jaws. I mean, Josh 5 and Jaws, you know what I mean? I see them everywhere and shit. And you know, Gano, NOK, you know, TK, you know, see a lot of these guys and high tags and shit. Nice, thick, black, fat tags. So I was like, damn, you know, one day I want to do that shit, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's crazy. You said Gano, C-A-N-O. He had the top of
NOK,
big tag.
One of my favorite writers, man. That guy got up a lot.
All right, so now so how did you get the tag Papo? That's just your nickname?
Yeah, so I played with a couple names, like my first name, you know, I was into the movie Beat Street and shit. So I was a kid, I was like 9 years old. I started writing like spit and shit, right? So in the neighborhood, I used to go to the handball courts, and a lot of the older cats used to have like tags and shit, little throwers, you know, neighborhood niggas. And I used to go over them with spit. So it came to a point where they was looking for me to whip my ass. My cousin was like, yo, you gotta chill with that shit. They're gonna fuck you up. So that's when I found out that the graffiti shit was real. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I gotta stop this shit. So then I changed my name to Scab. So I started writing Scab, SCAB, because I used to try to like skate and shit and bust my ass all the time. And that's when I figured
What age was that? What age was that?
I was like 9, 10 years old. Like 9, 10 years old. So and then I used to go uptown to visit my family in the Bronx. And I forgot what train we used to take up there. And I used to see Papo 183. And I used to be like, damn, this dude got, you know, he used to do like some big stompers and shit, some dope shit. And I'm talking about like 80s and shit, right? Like mid 80s. And my grandmother always used to call me Papo, and then my aunt used to call me Papo. So it was like a nickname, you know what I mean? So I said, damn, you know what? I think I'm gonna start writing this name. And then that's it. I just kept writing the name.
So all right, so now you're writing Papo, and yeah, like 10, 11, 12 years old, you're out in the street, like you're actually writing and shit.
Oh,
like
yeah. So now I'm playing with the name, right? I'm trying to, you know, find my style, whatever. So I actually like catch my first tag with paint at like 11. You know what I mean? So now, by the time I'm 12, now I'm really bombing. So I'm like bombing every day. Like I started with Jada YCK and Sims DNC, rest in peace, way before DTF. I'm like 12 years old. You know what I mean? 12 years old. I'm bombing and shit. You know, sneaking out the house, fucking sneaking back in the house and shit, just trying to get up at 12.
Yeah, that's that Bombers mentality, bro. And Jada and Sins, bro, they were like fucking J-Line fucking royalty and shit.
Yeah, man, it's my brothers, man. Shout out to shout out to Jada YCK, man.
Rest in peace, sister.
Word. So then how did the DTF all come about?
So I used to play ball and shit, and I used to play for Our Lady of Montcalm in the North Side, where they do the Italian feast and shit. And
Yeah.
So I used to play for that church. I used to play baseball and basketball for them, and I used to, I was always hanging out with the older guys and shit. And I met which is my brother. I met Mark AZ DTF, and he was the cousin of the prez of DTF at the time, which was RT DTF. And because RT started DTF, DTF comes from Bushwick. Originally, DTF started in Bushwick. So I was cool with them and shit. And they saw me, getting a little up and shit. So he's like, yo, what's up? Wouldn't you be down with us and shit, whatever. So I think it was Ray BWH and Ray BWH, RT, Van, and AZ came to my block and stepped to me like, yo, you know what I'm saying? What's up? Push our crew and shit. Like, I was like, all right, fuck it. These niggas is big and shit. I'm a little nigga. I was like, all right, cool. I could use y'all for the backup and shit if I got beef or whatever. So I just got down with them and shit. So I was from the South Side to Bushwick, back and forth over there on Chauncey and Bushwick and shit. Shout out to RT.
All right, so now you're DTF and you was running with that shit. So now you who you bombing with? Like, are you taking it serious, or you just like just out there once in a while? Like, you trying to what you was trying to do at the time?
Well, at the time, I was into so much shit. I wasn't really like serious about that. Mind you, I'm more of a street guy. You know what I mean? I do shit on the street. So graffiti for me was just to play around. I wasn't really taking it seriously like that. I was like on and off, bombing here and there, then catching cases on the street. So I wasn't really consistent at all. You know what I mean? With the Graff part. But yeah, that's about it. I wasn't really thinking of it like that. The people I hang out with, graffiti was like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Here, come get this bundle and get this money. You know what I mean? Like, what's that graffiti? Like, yo, that's for stupid. That's for bum niggas. What the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? So I was like kind of discouraged because of the people I hung out with. The people I hung out with didn't really do graffiti like that.
So even when you was getting discouraged, you still looked at the walls and you still paid attention to what's going on, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I always kept my eye to the walls. You know what I mean? That's something I do to this day. So
at what point you think you took it serious? Like, man, or to make noise, like to make noise.
It was a long time. It took me a long time, man. Like I said, I didn't really take it serious. I loved it, you know what I mean? But I just didn't take it real serious. And I started hanging more with Eva and shit. Now I'm like 13, 13, 14, Eva, Eva was everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So I knew if I hung out with Eva, I could get up a little bit more. That's a little inspiration for me. So I started hanging out with Eva. Then I think I kind of like took it a little bit more seriously. But then again, fucking trouble comes and, more incarcerations and more fucking court cases and shit like that. So, I just chilled. And me and Eva had separated for like a long time and shit. Then we reconnected. So when we reconnected, I think we reconnected like 2009, 2010 around there. And it was like, yo, what's up? What we doing? So I don't know. I think for the past 10, 11 years, I think I started taking it a lot more seriously than I did, when I first started writing, which was like around 89, 90, 91 around there. You know what I mean?
How did you meet Eva?
So Eva was a close friend of RT's. So I think RT and Eva had went to school and shit. So RT was like, yo, this my man and shit. He's down. You know what I mean? He gets busy, he gets up. So we was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? And I used to see fucking Eva everywhere. So I was like, all right. And then me and Eva just connected and shit. Like, I was like his little brother and shit. He used to take me under the wing and we used to go wherever, Fucking Eva was the one that introduced me to tent and trails and shit back in the day. I got my first Bubba Woolrich vest from there, and my first North Face was from there.
Word. Yo, that's
classic.
Just classic. Yo, that nigga Everson, that nigga's like one of the true meanings of graffiti. Where did you meet Era? How did you meet Era?
So era I met in the Ville. So funny thing is, a lot of people don't know. I used to be in the Ville like back in the days and shit. I was out there because Eso was my man, and he was also my neighbor and shit. Shout out to Eso RFC.
West 4th.
You know what I'm saying? So Eso was always in the Ville, and he was always on West 4th. So he's like, yo, what's up? You want to roll? So I was like, all right. Yo, pardon my pit bull. He's going crazy over here. So Eso introduced me to like Rise RFC, and he introduced me to ARC 911, rest in peace. Introduced me to PRT member, and then I don't know how I forgot how me and Era met, but I think it was from Evo or from Eso, one of them. But I know it was because we was running together in the Ville and shit while and out.
All right, so now, so that's like what the early, almost mid '90s.
This is like say like 93.
93,
Yeah, like 93, 94.
So yeah, because like mid '93, early '94 is like when everybody get thrusted like into the RFC type thing that was happening and shit.
Right.
So,
Yeah, you was just a bunch of wild motherfuckers from all over coming together and shit, boosting and fucking, having fun and shit.
Yo, that was one of the funnest times, right, bro? That shit was fucking retarded,
yeah, hell
bro.
Yeah, free clothes, free beer. You know what I mean?
Free everything, running through the city, living life, my nigga.
Everything was free 99. We didn't pay for shit. We ain't pay for nothing.
Well, all right, so now because in those years that it was a lot of graffiti, a lot of niggas was killing shit. Who was out there? Who did you see? Like, who inspired you to like to oh shit?
I don't know, man. I mean, there was a like in those times there was a lot of writers. Eva, of course, being one of them. You had Jada and Sins. Then you had you had the guys from Bushwick. Scuff and these guys. They were coming out bombing shit hard. Uptown you had Ed, you had Mate, you had fucking Dope, DFA, Skid. You know what I mean? Like those guys were hitting a lot of shit at that time.
Word. It was a lot of fucking dope graffiti at that time.
Yeah,
Bro.
for me, I think graffiti was at its best at that time. I'm not saying nothing about right now. Graffiti, I think right now is good too, but I think it was a little bit more better, maybe because that was my upbringing, but there was a lot of dope styles. You know what I mean? A lot of people had style.
Word. And that's a lot of things that's a lot of time we talk about that shit on this show too. Niggas be like, yo, your shit gotta be legible, bro. Yeah. I don't care how much up your shit is all crazy looking and it can't be read. What's the fucking point?
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because when I was trying to figure out my style also in the beginning, I was hitting a lot of shit and getting up, but nobody didn't know what the fuck it was. They didn't know what it said. Ever used to be like, yo, you gotta make that shit so people know what it is. You know what I mean? Like you bombing a lot of shit, but niggas don't know what the fuck it is. Like, you know what I mean? That shit, what's the point? So, I took that into consideration, and then Jada made me practice a lot and shit, and helped me get the style where it was you could read it. You know what I mean?
Word. So what about throwies? Like how did you like come up with your throwie? Did anybody you like influence you?
Nah, the throwie I did a PA which was like the bubble PA that I used to do back then, right? Back then it was
Fierest one. That's the fierest one.
Yeah, that's my signature shit. I mean, I know I haven't done any in a while, but hopefully, let's see, nobody knows what the future holds, whatever. But, back then everything was real bubbly and everything was like big shadows. So Asp, rest in peace, my brother Asp, he had the big shadows and shit. So I think one of my inspirations for that PA came from Asp with the big shadows. So you see, when I do that bubbly PA, I have the big shadows in them.
Word, man. Rest in peace, Asp, yo. There were so many greats, yo, that Yo, paved the way. A nigga like Ass, bro. His name used to be ringing everywhere, my nigga.
Yeah, that guy, he was a special human, man. He was special.
Word. So now it's like boom, mid '90s, early 2000s. You're already out the you're already like not even bombing no more, right? When did you stop bombing really?
Yeah,
Like
nah, so I stopped bombing. I think I stopped writing like around 90, like 95, 96. Like I was bombing, but I really wasn't bombing. Like I had moved to Queens and shit. I was living in Woodhaven, Jamaica. Shout out to Woodhaven. One of my best times and when I was living out there. So like again, I was into a lot of trouble and shit. You know, court cases, probation, all type of bullshit. And I used to be bored out there. So I used to see the roofs and I used to catch all the rooftops on the J line over there in Woodhaven. So from like 95, 96, that's all I did. I just did those rooftops, but I wasn't like going out the neighborhood. I was just smashing Woodhaven on that J line because, you know, I was just bored and I didn't have nothing to do. And yeah, that's about it. And then I just stopped writing, period. Like, you know, I started doing street shit, you know what I mean? And that shit took over.
So before you could you name like a favorite bomb or a crazy bombing story?
Oh yeah, I got a good one, right? Is it wherever too? So I had snuck out my crib, right? I sneak out my crib. I lived on South Fifth. Around the corner from the Commodore Theater. So I sneak out my crib. Eva's waiting for me on Keep Street and shit. All right, yo, come on, we're gonna go hit Delancey. You know, we're gonna go hit the Lower. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, Delancey, that shit was fire. You know, everybody go there to Orchard, get the leathers and shit. You know what I mean? Fucking Sherlins or whatever. So we're like, all right, cool, let's go. So we get off on Marcy. I mean, we catch the train on Marcy. We get off on Essex and shit, Delancey. We go up. We catching tags on one side. So we go all the way up on one side. We cross on Bowery. We start coming down and catching the other side. Now I'm talking about this is like 90. This is around 90, I think like 93, 94 around there. Yeah, like 93, 94. And all of a sudden I see some big black dude coming. And I see the dude coming is fucking Seek, C-E-E-K, 333. Right? Yo, what's up? He smelled the paint from his window, he said. So Eva and him were cool, so boom, Eva introduced, yo, it's Papo, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We introduce each other and shit, we chilling. So as we talking, there's a clean white truck across the street. And I'm looking at them like, nah, bro, that shit don't look good, my nigga. Nah, fuck, let's hit the truck. You know, Seek used to love hitting fucking trucks. So I'm like, nah. So I see them crossing the street. I said, fuck that. They're gonna hit this shit, I'm gonna hit this shit first. So I run across the street, I catch the side, big PA, boom. Eva catches the other side, boom. Seek, you know, he like catch the back of the trucks and shit. Boom, he catches the back of the truck. So now he catches the back of the truck. So now we walking, yeah, we caught this shit. So as we walking, I look to my left, the van they just jumped out, the boys. So I start take off running. Boom, now I'm fucking flying. Everybody, we always Eva run one way, Seek run the other way, we out. I try to play it off like I was a bum. They caught me, fucked me up, threw me in the car. You know what I'm saying? I get to the police. I said, damn, these niggas got away. When I look, they fucking Eva up, bringing him inside. So I'm looking to see if they bringing Seek in. That nigga Seek got away, my nigga. So I was like, damn, fuck it. But at least Eva's here, you know. But mind you, like I said, I was young. You know me. So I've been in these streets for a long time since I was a kid. So Eva was older. So Eva, you know, they put him with the adults, so I'm fucking juvenile. So they got me in the room, handcuffed on the banister thing, right? So the cop calls my mom, and they say, yeah, blah blah blah, we have your son. She goes, no, you don't. She hangs up the phone on the cop. They finally called 3 times. She said, hold up. She goes in the room. She checks in the room. I'm not there. She got, long story short, she goes to the precinct and whips my ass that the cops had to peel my mom's off of me in the precinct. So this shit was fucked up, but funny like a motherfucker.
Did you ever meet like a writer, like a big time writer while you was bombing and you was like, oh shit?
Nah, not really, man. I mean, a lot of writers coming up with fucking dickheads, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, you know, they never really showed love like that. You know what I'm saying? Assholes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. If you ever met like a writer that you like really idolized or really liked a lot and they was just a total fucking dickhead?
I mean, not necessarily, man, because I never really. I mean, the only rider that I really looked up to like that. Again, I never met Gano NOK. Maybe one day in the future we'll meet. You know what I mean? But he was one of my like favorite riders. But also, you know, like I said before, Easy was one of my also another favorite rider of mine. When I finally
All right,
got
so give me your top 10. Give me your top 10 favorite riders of all time. Yep.
all right. This is no particular order, right? So of course, Ever's one of them. I got TK, TNR.
All right.
I got Gano NOK.
Gano.
Of course, the trio, Josh 5, Easy. Where we at? That's 6, right?
Yep. Charge 5, easy. Now it's number 7.
Besta.
Oh, all right. Besta,
You
number
know,
8.
OG Besta. Shout out to Besta. Who else, man? It's so many right now. Probably because you put me in a spot, I can't really think like that. But I mean that was pretty much, you know, those guys right there were like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking up everywhere and shit.
All right, that's what's up, yo. That's a pretty strong fucking list right there, my nigga. So all right, so now you retire, whatever, you doing your street shit. I remember those were club days. We used to see each other in all types of clubs and all of that.
Right. Popping fucking like 1,000 bottles and shit. Yeah, we was doing it. We was living like rock stars for a moment.
Hell yeah. We was blessed for a second. We are blessed because we still here, my nigga.
That's right, my brother. That's right. And me and you go way back, bro. From the Peace Factory, DTF meetings, Fight Club and shit. Remember, we invented the fucking Fight Club, bro. A lot of people don't understand. We was in those Peace Factories in Williamsburg. You know, to get down with DTF, you had to fight. So we was always fighting.
It was a beautiful thing, my nigga, because, you know, niggas had to show and prove that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Win or lose, man. Win or lose. You won, you were down. You lost, you still were down. You know what I mean? It showed you had heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, son, I miss those days, my nigga. But all right, so now it's the 2000s is coming, and you know, graffiti turned, in my opinion, like after like the 2000s and shit, the graffiti started turning to shit.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of toys. It was all bullshit. It was weak and shit. Then, you know, certain niggas came back and started doing their thing. You know, it took the old niggas from our generation and from before to come back and bring it back to life. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened.
Right. You're right.
Then a slew of a bunch of new niggas came through and started killing shit too, from fucking out of towners, all types of shit. So at what point did you come back and say, yo, I'm just gonna drop the napalm bomb on the whole fucking city? When did that happen?
So Ever was creeping back. You know, we would you know, hanging out, catching little tags here and there. So him and Doba had reconnected and shit. So when him and Doba reconnected, they started doing a lot of spots. You know what I mean? Rooftops and shit like that. And for me, it was dope. You know what I mean? But I couldn't do that because I can't get caught on the roof or shit like that. You know, my record is all fucked up. You know, I'm going to jail for a long time. They hit me with one of them charges and shit. You know, burglary, whatever. I can't do none of that shit. So I was like, yo, you know what, man? I looked at Ev. I said, you gotta take it back to the roots, to what we started doing, which was street bombing. You know, I never had that opportunity to have a long run and destroy the city, you know, like the way I did now. So I was like, yo, let's do it. You know what I mean? And he was like, all right, let's do it. So now we start bombing, and now we bombing, and you know, once you get that itch and you start bombing, it's like, yo, you can't fucking stop, bro. And then Era out of nowhere starts hitting us up like, yo, fuck, you niggas better fucking call me, blah, 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 blah. You know, Era the bully and shit. So we were like, yo, I had to be like, yo, it's not the same. Like, you know, the niggas chilling or what? Like, you know, I can't afford no shit, man. You know what I mean? So Era came in the picture. And then once Era came in the picture, that's it, man. We just started going crazy, bro. And mind you, what we did, we were only doing once a week. A lot of people thought we were going out every night because it looked like that. But we were smashing like 2-3 boroughs a night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I already know how it is bombing wherever and era. Niggas is jumping from place to place. Bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
yo, man.
Packs all day. Paint
And
unlimited.
it was like dead. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was in the street. We fucking throwing paint like footballs and shit. Yo, I need a black. Yo, I need a silver. You know what I mean? Like we was just out there having fun, man.
Yeah, man, that's it was so dope to see, yo, bro. New York, they realize what it is. They got treats, bro. They got treats. It's lucky like niggas like us, like y'all niggas, keep the shit alive because there's a lot of new shit, but a lot of the shit is weak and shit. It's not what it used to be. You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
I saw was giant. Every fucking tag y'all niggas caught was on a jetpack or on top of something because y'all niggas was
Nah,
climbing
bro.
everything.
Nah. See, everybody thought that we were. Nah, we not walking around with no ladders, bro. So, you know, out of all three of us, I think I might be. Yeah, I am the lightest one. So I'm like 200. I'm like 205. You know what I mean? 210, if that. They're a little heavier than me. Well, whatever. So I'm the only nigga they could put on the shoulders. So we were doing old school shit. I was either on Ever's shoulders or I was on Eric's shoulders when we was catching them high tags like that. We were doing shoulder shit, old school shit. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. But literally, how? Like, cause did y'all have shit mapped out? Like, all right, tonight we're gonna go down this whole avenue and we're gonna do this, that, or it's just
Well,
freestyle.
what that was, I think I was the brain of that. So I would be like, yo, I want to hit this. Let's go hit this spot, and then we could come down through here, and then we could catch this. And then I think Era's input also was like, yo, all right, we could do that. And then he just added to it. So it was like me and Era were like, basically trying to map shit out. Ever's a busy guy. So he's like, yo, I'll let y'all niggas handle that shit. Ever's a nigga like, I'm with whatever. I know y'all good at mapping shit out. So y'all map this shit out. I'll just get down there and we do whatever the fuck we gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. So now, what was what was the hardest borough to hit? What was the most?
I mean Brooklyn is always hard, man, because Brooklyn is like the city now. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't go to sleep, bro. So motherfuckers is outside all type of hours. And the traffic in Brooklyn is crazy. So, to hit Brooklyn, you got to be out a little later. We up in the Bronx at like fucking 10 o'clock at night and shit. Like, we places where nobody, motherfuckers is scared to go and shit. We in there catching tags like, yo, my man, pardon me and shit. Like, they looking at us like we crazy. Like, yo, paint's going to fall on your shit, my man. Just move over a little bit. I want to catch this tag. Like we was just wilding out in the Bronx and shit. It was to a point where people thought I lived in the Bronx. They're like, nah, I don't live in the Bronx, bro.
Yeah. So what about y'all ever got chased? You ever got chased?
Yeah, a couple times. Fucking we did the Frogger on FDR, me and Era one time. We were catching the DOT, the little houses and shit they got when they doing the construction and shit. And next thing you know, we look to the right, we just see lights, I see dust from fucking Era running. I'm running behind him. I'm trying to run one way. This nigga's dodging cars on the FDR and shit. I'm fucking following him. So yeah, we got, a couple stories like that.
Yeah, that's what's up. It comes with the territory. Like if you ain't get chased or bagged or
Yeah,
nothing
then
like
it's not a fun
you,
night.
you ain't
It's
out
not
there.
fun. Yeah, you're not doing nothing.
You're not doing it. You on the corner of your block, nigga, with 10 lookouts.
Word.
Yeah, all right. So fucking now you. When did you feel like you started getting like the respect that you wanted?
I mean, to be honest with you, I still don't feel like I got that respect. You know what I mean? I still feel like I got something to prove, cause my name don't really come up in a lot of shit. A lot of people, they take pictures of like the same shit. They don't really go in these neighborhoods, so, and they don't really travel like that. So if you don't travel, of course you're not gonna see my shit. You know what I mean? So I still think that to this day I don't get the respect and the props that I should. You know what I mean? So that's why I always call myself the most underrated writer, graffiti writer, because that's just how I feel. But that's good like that, because that just gives me the energy and the motivation to just go more. You know what I'm saying? And do more, because I can do the shit whenever I want to do it.
Hell yeah! And you got the super go-go gadget extendo arm, nigga.
Yeah, that's that go gadget.
This nigga be crowning whole pieces, just standing
I
up,
just
yo.
stand
That's
up. I don't use shit. Motherfucker like, yo, how tall are you? I say, I'm tall. Don't worry, that's it.
that's it.
Don't
Mind your
worry,
business.
that's it.
Mind your fucking business. All right, the Strongbow unit, yo.
Yeah, so
So
I got to the right of me, I got my man, my brother Ever right here. And then to the left of me, I got the dog. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, perro.
I got the Strongbow general, you know what I'm saying? Early.
Cause Era is a different type of person. Like niggas don't even know. And Graff, I feel like he's super underrated also because like his name wouldn't come up in certain shit, but like when he comes around, niggas will be knobbing him and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so he's a sleeper, my nigga. Yo, Arrow, how you feel about that? How you feel about being the sleeper?
It's all right, bro, because if they awake the beast, they got problems. You know, I was on vacation too many years, so, you know, niggas deserve the, the fame. You know?
So
I'm
what do
good
you
with
think
it. I'd
about
rather be silent.
what do you think about the graffiti now?
It's ugly. It's ugly. If it wasn't for the old school to come fix it, it's ugly. Fuck
Yo,
the
that's
niggas.
crazy. We had to come to the rescue of Graff a few times, bro. That's
Yo,
crazy, right?
it's crazy. It's crazy. Look at
Yo.
ACC held it down for
Yo,
a couple of
yeah,
years.
and that's another thing I want to tell you, SR. You kind of was a motivation for me in that time when graffiti was kind of dead. So I think it was you, Dro, and Netta that were fucking smashing shit. And I was in Coniana one time, and I like said, oh shit. I think there's the restaurant over there, Footprints. I caught that whole sidewalk. I think it was you, Too Easy, Dro, and Netta and shit. Y'all fucking smashed it. And I said, damn, I gotta come back out, my nigga. So yeah, you did that.
Thank you, bro. You know, I used to write here and there once in a while, you know.
Yeah, that's just like me.
You gotta interview yourself.
Yo, Era, I want to ask you a question, bro. How you got into Graff? Because you've been in the fucking game for a super long time, nigga.
Yeah, hold
Yeah,
on.
hold on, let's switch so you could
You ain't trying to move the
you know
camera.
what I mean? So we could do the spotlight.
All right, cool.
Hi, amigo. Strombo.
What's good, Strongbow? Yo, I just want to say, yo, thank you for your contributions to this thing we call the Graff game. You know what I'm saying?
You're
And
welcome.
the streets want to know, bro, how when you started writing, how you got into this shit.
Oh man, family. I come from my uncles. A lot of niggas from back in the days. Niggas used to wear their names on their jacket and shit and their hat. So, yeah, my uncle want to give me a jacket and a hat. Like, yo, here, this is your tag. I'm like, what? Nest 2. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. That shit sound gay. Because back in the days, they used to use numbers. So he was part of Tad's crew, TAC crew, Dive, Dino. Oh, niggas, this is like 86, 85. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm into like beating niggas up and shit. That calmed me down. That's why Graff is a major thing in my life because it keeps me from hurting people, relaxing. It's like smoking a blunt, fucking a bitch, you know, to keep it funky, you know. It calmed me down, met a lot of friends. My high school was the streets. Graff was like my fucking buddies. You know, so it depended on the person who I fucked with, how I was. But Graff was big, man. I started admiring it since 82, 83. Started with a bullshit name in 86. One day I'm in my grandmother's store and I'm looking at this fucking soap bottles, Tide, Era, all this bullshit shit. And I said, wait a minute, Whisk. I even thought about Whisk. I said, yo, ERA. And then on the bottle was a nice throwy on it. So I was like, that's official. I wanted to impress my uncle. So I said, Era sounds good. And he said, what the fuck Era means? Because back then you had to have a meaning for your name, not just have a name. You know what I mean? And my shit was, damn, I don't know. And he said, what you like doing the most? I said, oh, no. Oh, no. Strombo. Ever robs anybody. I was capping. Cap was one of my niggas. I liked it, Cap, for his realness. Cap 1, NPC. And I was like, damn, that bully shit look good, my nigga. So ever brags anybody, ever robs anybody. It was retarded. You know, a lot of people didn't like to be around me because of that, so I had to calm it down. And that's where Ever came in. Straight up opposites always attract. And he was like, nigga, you want to chill? We're going to go bongo, but you got to relax. The same with Papo. You want to run the city? Calm down. I said, all right, I'm going to try it. Smoke more weed and drink more liquor. Smelled the pain and kept going. Shit was retarded.
Who was your influences like when you first started? Did you have an influence like your favorite writers and shit?
My uncle was connected with Tat's crew, and I used to see them do their thing since the 80s, 70s. And I used to carry my uncle's bag and everything. He was like, yo, come on, you gotta behave. Come on, you gotta go watch this. Instead of jumping around on monkey balls and shit, they were showing me how to write and peace. And I wasn't into that shit. My shit was more like vandalizing. You know what I mean? Because I didn't take it seriously yet. My shit was chasing the paper, you know?
So when you start bombing, what did you like more? Did you like the fact of getting up or more, or the fact of it feel like you was getting away with something, the vandalism part?
The getting up and everybody knowing you from all fucking boroughs, learning how to cross the street. The fame. I ain't gonna lie, I did it for fun, but it was good to know. Straight up, everywhere I went, bitches, crazy women. They were like, yo, you Era? I'm like, yeah, get out of here. A bitch taught me Pebble Beach. I was like, what? Just because I was a famous fake graffiti writer. I said, I ain't famous. Get out of here.
Well, so you came up in the BX, right?
Yeah, hard.
So
Born
now
in
you're
Brooklyn, East New York, raised in the Bronx.
That's a dangerous mix right there, my nigga.
Evil, that's what U2K stands for. We'll get into that later, but that's the meaning of U2K. You know what I mean? The mix of breed, Brooklyn and the Bronx. And I fell in love with Brooklyn. My bad, my uptown niggas.
Nah, I don't think they could take that shit to the heart because we official, my nigga.
What?
But so now you're bombing your Era and shit. Then you get together with Seth, right?
Yeah, nah. Before Seth even thought about writing, I was already knowing Carl. I was down with a crew, OU, HO from the Bronx. Shout out, rest in peace, Dice, OU. And I was into it, but I was a massive toy because I was trying to just be a vandal. So I ain't gonna lie, I used to see Easy. Easy was one of those. I was like, oh shit, fat cap, every fucking gate, straight gates. And I was like, Strombo, I like that shit. I just want to do that instead of peace because all my uncles were master blasters. You know what I mean? Tats crew, to respect to Tats crew, you know, niggas got busy. My nigga Dive, Bio, shout out, you know, but I wasn't into that. That wasn't into me.
So all right. So now you're bombing. So at what point you started coming out of the toy shit? Like you started like cementing your name?
Nah, when I kept going to jail, you know, that's when Seth came in. Like, nigga, you gotta get your shit right. Practice, sit down and practice. And my cousin was a retard with it, and he didn't even like graffiti. He was an artist. And I was like, yo, you bored? Come on, let's go do graffiti. And that's where the Seth and Era came from, because he was Rob Warner when he first came out. And I was like, nigga, that shit sound corny, but a lot of Brooklyn niggas, I ain't gonna lie, give it to Brooklyn for that Warner shit. And, you know, putting the R at the end of one. So I was like, yeah, that shit sound gay. You know, I'm from the Bronx. So I'm like, nigga, you gotta keep it rough. Come up with a rough name. And that's where he came out, no lie, with Seth. And I was like, damn, that shit sound hard. And then the meaning behind it, you know what I mean? So I was like, God bless you, let's do this. Then Ever and him used to go to school together. Then eventually they used to live together. And I was like, that's when I got to know Ever even more. And that nigga was the king of Brooklyn. That nigga said, yo, come on, you from the Bronx, I'm gonna show you what Brooklyn's like. And he already had it rocked. So I said, damn, you want to rewrite on the same block? He said, nah, go ahead, you. I'm going to go down the block. Ever was retarded like that. You know?
Son, that's dope, yo. Fucking bombing whatever, some other shit, my nigga. That's crazy.
You love Graff, man, bro. You've learned to appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie, this man is a beast, bro. And he was the only one to bring me back. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I didn't want to bond with nobody. I was chasing that paper. You know what I mean? Taking care of the family, my kids. And the Ever was like, damn, what makes you do this? He says, I love it. And then he's bringing niggas out like Papo. I was like, damn. I said, wait a minute. I see the tag of Papo. That shit was motivating. I said, damn, my niggas is coming out. And then Over, shout out to my nigga Over, put the paint in my hand and said, catch a tag. I'm like, all right. After that, I was like, damn, what the fuck? Welcome back.
Welcome back, my nigga. But before that, even what about the RFC days?
Oh
when we,
man, that was my high school days. You know what I mean? I never got to go to high school. You know, self-taught, 900 books a month. Let's get it right. You know, Strongbow. So I was young, man. I was a baby. RFC was an umbrella to a lot of crews. You know what I mean? And nigga brought us all together. Ever, AC, Sleepy, then my Bronx niggas, DFA, shout out Free Scared, Diente. You know what I mean? And then Buster and them came along. They were all right now. Shout out to Buster and them. But it was crazy. You know, Raw, CA, you know, respect to RFC. Shit was wild, man. We ran everything. And there was a crew of crews with the most dangerous bombers. Look at that. We had Brooklyn. They had MVA, NBK, fucking DTF. You crazy. That's all you needed. And then came the Bronx, KGB, fucking DFA, and all them niggas. Then you had Flatbush. Don't forget, shout out to Else, 5ES, Member Bomber, USA crew. We had animals from every corner of the fucking boroughs. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, my nigga.
And even if you had played your part, we was the most dangerous, youngest niggas in the world. Going to clubs at fucking 12 years old with rollerblades on.
Arena, my nigga, arena.
Shit, everybody walk in. We don't get on lines, nigga. Rappers had to wait for us.
That's a fact. House Nation, the Grand.
Sorry, you know. Shout out to Fat Joe. Shit. Niggas,
yeah,
Graff is everything, bro. Graff is hip hop. Graff is everything.
The melting pot.
The mecca of life.
Melted pot. Palladium too.
Vertigo, Velvet, Vinyl. Jesus, House of Nation, Jesus. You can go
House
on.
Nation was my favorite shit. That was my favorite club, House Nation.
Yeah, nigga, it was bananas.
Nah, my favorite club was Arena, bro. Arena was popping, dude.
The Fever, Jesus, No Window Club, nigga. We turned that out. Me and Fade and Moen was just talking about that, where Biggie Sir got paid the first time ever for singing in the club. It was in the Bronx, in the Fever. And we was like, yo, we was like young. We was 13, 14, 15. VIP status in the club watching this shit. You know what I mean? And niggas was dressing up in their little silk pants while we was in rollerblades and shorts with a bag full of paint.
Yeah, right. Then we rocking polo. Everybody fucking you know, low life.
RFC was bananas, man. And
free 99, free 99.
Everything.
Yo, you never got bagged racking?
Yeah, I did. It was embarrassing. It wasn't really me, you know what I mean? That's why I used to like steaming and shit, or, you know, going with niggas that doing that diversion for niggas that really was skilled with it. But that shit was the truth. Down the leg, up the back, sleeve it. You know? I was more of a punch in your mouth and run.
Yeah. The nigga ever is the most monumental racker I've ever known.
Nigga, respect that man's game. That nigga's retarded with it.
Down the leg. This baby was down the leg, my nigga.
We lived on that. He lived on that. Was his code, nigga. Like, this is a good man right here. But he was the nigga street code and he doesn't even know it.
Yo, son, I seen that nigga do incredible things, yo. It's sick.
Yeah, and then smile about it and get away like nothing. Like they seen him do it. I do some stupid shit like that, would get kicked in the back. I would have to fight my way out. This nigga walking out with a whole meal and the grill.
Word. Alright, so now y'all niggas is killing shit. Boom, you're going, then y'all niggas stop. When did y'all stop y'all run? How long was the run?
Oh, the run. Wow, the run. We never really stopped. You know what I mean? But a good 4 years, 3 years. I think 2016,
Nah, it was 2020, ending of 2014 to like 2017.
Yeah, like 16, 17, we stopped, chilled out. That's when, you know, we turned to different ways. My wife didn't swallow, so I had a kid, you know. So life had to slow down.
This is retarded.
Yo, I hope she's not watching, bro.
Yo, struggle, you know. I had a daughter, so I was like, damn, I gotta slow down. And Papa ever kept on the low, like, frecos. Like, sorry, nigga, this shit got us like crack. And I used to love that shit. I used to tell my wife, I'm like, nigga, I'm going back outside. Nigga, fuck is wrong with you? So I was like,
Yo-
fuck it. Let me get rid of my butter. At the same time, use the excuse to go bombing, keep it real, you know?
Did you have, niggas never ragged your shit?
Nah, man, I'll be damn, man. No, cause you know, Pop, I promised Papa never that when we come out, when I came out with them, was to behave, like not to rag niggas. Even though I had grudges against toy ass niggas that claim they somebody, you know. You live in Brooklyn, but you only hit 10% of it. Suck my dick, nigga. You know, fuck out of here. I'm not even from Brooklyn, and I did like 65% of it.
Nigga did 100.
You know
Nigga,
what I
you
mean?
did
So
more than
I loved it. You know what I mean? I didn't do the outrageous big blockbusters, throwies, climbing rooftops. Nah, my shit was just vandalizing. I left that ever, the king of Brooklyn. That was an animal. I ain't gonna lie, I would have to follow him if he did that. Like, damn, I'll be on the roof, don't even want to throw up. I'm mad I'm up there. So, but it was just vandalizing. I ain't gonna lie, I just love the destruction and hearing the name, like, oh, you hit that, you hit that. I was like, thank you. And I like seeing my shit. That's it, driving by. You know, Strongbow. Oh, there I go. You know, that's it.
So what about the writers now? You don't like none of them? Do you like any of them?
No, I love my nigga Ever. Yeah, that nigga right there. Papo, Over, you know, Rhino, when he, you know, comes back in and out, you know. Got my nigga Doe trying to all out. Fade is, you know. I'm happy in the old school niggas I really run with, you know what I mean? Because these new niggas, I can't. Oh my God. They trade on each other, they eating pills, they dying. You know, rest in peace to those, but you know, I can't respect most of it, you know? That suicide shit don't rock with me. Drugs don't rock with me, you know? Smoke bud, that's it, drink liquor. You know, you kill yourself and you think you're a legend? Nah, nigga, I know legends are still alive, raising families. Fuck that. You know, niggas do this shit for a living and support their family. So we take chances taking tags, and you rag me, nigga, I'll be damned. You know what I mean? Do your solid feelings, because I'm really getting tired of that shit. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. We legends, man. We kings, and we old as fuck to be doing this for y'all niggas be coming with dirty shit. Respect that shit, nigga. You see the names, respect it. You know, niggas ain't birds neither, you know? Like some of y'all little drug addicts and shit. Fuck out of here with that.
So you're saying you get mad when you fucking go risk your time going out and write your name everywhere, and then niggas toy shit just comes and does
like,
filling
don't
right
even
on top of your
respect
name.
it. Like, oh, look, they chased
A
it. They
dusty
cloud chase
feeling.
it. Like, oh, he has it, and we go over and leave it a little bit so niggas can see. Nah, you cloud chasing.
Fucking spot jockers.
Yeah, like, get the fuck out of here with that. Respect it. I would see an easy tag and no lie, respect it. I would try to chronic on the side of it, doesn't matter. Respect it. JA, respect it. So what? You got beef. If you got beef with him, then by all means. But I never hated on a nigga that did his thing in Graff. You know what I mean? JA, hands down. You know what I mean?
So that's who you think is who's the most relentless bomber that you ever saw?
Oh, of course.
Oh my God, of course, JA. You know what I mean? You know, but the most niggas that I respect doing the game ever easy. You know, maybe he had something to do in life and disappeared. You know, my old school niggas, you know, but I gave respect to Trap. But nah, nigga, I'm an old fashioned. I like loyalty. You know? That's why when me and you was chilling, you know what I mean? That's where our story comes. I came to Brooklyn, you was the team. You know what I mean? NBA, NBK. 24/7 we was together. Jesus Christ.
DeKalb and Knickerbocker.
Yeah, Rav, you know? We was all chilling out there. Tell your brother Ray I said, what up? You know, but it was all about Brooklyn. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, niggas, a lot of Bronx niggas get mad at me, but you know, Brooklyn opened their arms to me. You feel me?
Fact. Could you tell me one of your favorite bombs or a crazy bombing story?
Oh man, I would have to say the update. I can't go back. It's just too many stories. I would say now, you know, because of the age I am and the people I'm with, we was hitting something and some fucking big, no racist shit, but no big black motherfucker ran up on Papo like, yo, blood clot. And I ran up right behind him. I'm like, yo, let it be, nigga, let it be. And Papo was like, nigga, I was gonna crack this nigga. And I was like, see, Graff, nigga, don't sleep on us. And we kept just rocking it because, you know, it's in us. You know what I mean? And then the U-turn on Atlantic, police did. We thought they were coming for us on Canal. And it fucked it up. We was gonna kill that shit. Niggas fucking
cut short.
We was like, you know what? Canal caught it lucky that day. We was gonna eat that shit. Me, ever
smash that shit. We only caught a couple tags. I mean, they rock, but bro,
shit.
If we didn't get chased that day, we were gonna put a new asshole in Canal Street.
Yeah, just keeping it on the Graff chip, you know, normal. You know, love the show, Rig. Chopped you out. Appreciate this. You know what I mean?
Thank you, bro. Like, I just want the people to realize the contributions that all three of y'all niggas put in for the Graff game. You know what I'm saying?
And that was,
you know, real niggas know.
That was a tease.
Thank you, my brother.
But that was a tease, man. Like Papo said earlier, we ain't done. You know what I mean? We just let niggas know what we was capable of. Like, take a taste of that. And we old school niggas relaxing with kids and all. So respect it. You know what I mean? You see it up there. If you can do something else lower, respect it. We blood, sweat, and tears for this.
Find your own fucking spot.
Showing love to this. Because I swear to God, I will slap one of you, bro. This shit is tiring.
Yeah. Yo, so who's your top 10 favorite legend, like all-time favorite writers?
God, I don't know if people, you know, remember a lot of these people. Tez from Brooklyn. I thought he was a Bronx writer. Tez 3D. Wow, a lot of people. I thought he was he was the king of the 6 line. I had, you know, I ain't gonna lie, there are a few spots. But Carl know 2 Devious Crew know that Tez 3D, he from Brooklyn, rest in peace. And I was like, wow, I looked up to that. Cap, my nigga Souls, SOZE from Tats Crew, also 3BB, old school pizza, Puerto Rican dude. And my uncle died, my uncle Dino. These niggas were drawing on jackets and giving it to the neighborhood for free just to have their art running around on people's backs. You know, like what Zone and Back did back in the days, you know, running around doing their thing with the baby and all that. Shout out to Zone TCT with that.
TCT, baby.
You know, that's what Ever comes into that too. Look at that. Ever's a king, my niggas. Y'all slept on us, man. The 3 Kings came through royalty.
The famous baby.
You know what I mean? Ever was in all those pyramids. Like, it was weird. It was a connection through everything. So, you know?
Yeah, Ever is the, like, it seems like through the interview. He's the link between all of y'all, right?
Yeah, Ever's the glue, man. Ever's the glue to this shit.
Yeah, niggas don't know. And then, you know, niggas be like, they confuse jocking with showing respect. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I grew up with the man. Just because I grew up with the man, appreciate the Graff. He went hard. I would have never came back because I ain't gonna lie for him.
Word.
I said, and then the idea of just straight headlines, nigga. I was like, back in the days, Miser Mer DT crew used to do shit like that. And that was like, wow, yeah, big tags up there to avoid the toys from doing them throwies on us. And, you know, we're just trying to destroy shit and keep it moving. That shit was the truth.
What you think is the next move for the Strongbow unit?
I don't know. You're going to have to see, man, because indictments be crazy. You know, I ain't going to lie. I still carry paint. Fuck Vandal Squad all day. Strongbow. I stay with paint, you know? You know, all you fake niggas from back in the days, I saw you with Kings and shit. We still doing it. Don't have to mean we doing P. We ain't artsy with it. We can get artsy, but nah, nigga, we just, you know, vandals. Want to get busy, show our name, respect the culture.
#1 Vandal artist.
You know, your nigga.
Vandal artist.
Respect.
That's right. Nova Team, baby. Nova Team. U2K DTF, bro. That's such a crazy combination, bro. How that's a crazy combination, bro.
I've had niggas say, yo, you know what? I can't even see your name with somebody else because that shit was crazy. The 3 Kings. And I felt about it because I love Graff. So like my mans would take vacays or I would take a vacay. The shit got to keep on because it's in our blood. You feel me? You know what I mean? My wife sometimes laugh at it. She goes, nigga, pick a hobby. Nigga, I said, that is my hobby. That's like busting a nut to keep it real. You know what I mean?
Fact.
And sometimes the woman get mad, be like, nah, all you want to do is dumb shit. Nah, you're just releasing a lot of shit. We were keeping us from dumb shit. You know what I mean? Remember
Yeah,
what I told you
that's
every
the
used to
charge.
mean, you know what I mean? Stop that shit. You know what I mean? Niggas was wild, bro. We was living a wild life. We grew up young. Imagine my first beer was 11 years old. Come on, man. And Graff saved me from a lot of shit. I used to just scratch on windows for the fun of it. You know what I mean? So a nigga earlier put up scratchy king, good looking. And it was Graff was in me for everything. Even when I made money, yo, I used to sign all the bills. And my man was like, yo, my nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was signing like no $100,000 fucking money with error. He was like, what you trying to catch upside with the feds? I'm like, they're gonna burn it anyway. Graff was retarded. It's just part of me, man. It's the silliest shit that kept me calm, you know? And these two kept me with it hard.
Yo, nobody, if the people that are not in this world, they don't know the feeling that you get from it, so they will never understand, no matter how many times you try to explain it to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Facts.
just, it's different, my
That's
nigga.
why I love that crew, Joe 21, High Life, because it resembles not just only smoking bud, Strombo, just the high life from the fucking the Graff or the adrenaline. Like, you know, once you catch that first
fucking
tag,
rush, bro. That fucking
sometimes
rush.
niggas be nervous, like, nah, I ain't gonna hit that shit. Look high, like, shut the fuck up, nigga, hit it. That's your spot, trust me. Once they hit the spot, that's it. It's in you. Niggas gotta get the first two out. It's like, wow, now you got shorty bent the fuck over. Bang, 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 bang. You know? The rush, man. It's an unbelievable rush.
Seeing your name on the wall everywhere.
Yeah.
That feeling.
And it was a good point that you made about it. It was a good point that you made about it saving your life and shit, because I think that shit saved a lot of niggas'
I'm
lives.
still
Yo.
here, bro. Ask a lot of niggas that knew me from back in the days, niggas that run with me now. I'm still here, bro. God got a reason for me, you know, compared to the shit I've done. I mean, I've been on a lot of vacations. That was a lot of reason why you see me sleep a lot in the Graff game. Getting money, chasing that paper from state to state, got me a lot of vacation time, you know, inside of a cell. So a lot of niggas was lucky with that, you know. I didn't catch you ragging me, so I can't remember nobody ragging me. Going back to that question, you know what I mean? So I wish they would, you know, hype me up. I need to excite me sometimes, bring me back to the wall, you know?
Yo, real quick, I want to say something real quick. For me, graffiti is the worst and the best thing that's ever happened to me. You know what I mean? I have a love and hate relationship with this thing we call graffiti. That's why, you know, I fight with my demons a lot and shit. But again, like I said, graffiti for me is the best and the worst thing that happened to me in my life.
Yeah, and with that, I say Strombo, yeah, straight up, saved me from good and bad. You know what I mean? Niggas I fucked with hard also, be the niggas that fuck you even better. You know what I mean? You know? Shout out to everybody, you know, let's take a moment to show respect. Black Rob, DMX, fuck.
Seti, rest in peace.
Seti, rest in peace.
Bez.
Arc 911. You know?
Bez.
Ask WTO, Zexor,
Zexor.
Zexor, DG, you know? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. You know, you gotta appreciate every moment in life, man. Live it up to the fullest. Smoke Strombo's weed, and you'll be alright, bro. You know, live life good.
Yeah, how these niggas just did a marketing, just did a commercial for you real quick. I like how you throw that shit in there.
Strongbow weed, baby.
You
That's
know,
a good
Strombo's
bro.
label, you know, Strombo units, like my family, you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted, you know? It's a difference. And to those that, you know, I respect, and I just came up with the name for them, you know, for the
How
unit.
did that happen? How did that happen, the Strongbow?
Now I was just watching a commercial one day, and a nigga was like cutting a nigga off with his name. Like a nigga's like, my name is Strombo. And I found it as a joke. I was high one day. I was like laughing off of it. It started like 6-7 years ago. And even ever at one time I was like, what the fuck is a Strombo?
I still don't know
Yo,
what Strombo.
no one knows what it means, but it's
Yo,
provocative.
it's whatever you want it to mean.
It gets the people going.
You know?
Whatever you want it to mean, because I still don't know what the fuck you mean. But
You know,
we're a Strongbow unit, and that's what we are, patented.
Yeah, it's
Signed, sealed.
you know, it ran good, you know what I mean? It ran good. I just came up with it, you know. I like to come up with jokes to keep everybody happy. You know, I don't like sad moments. I like to see smiles. So I was like, nigga, we're going to destroy these sheets. Nigga, laugh about it. Never be paranoid enough. We're going to take it back to when we was doing it without a fucking care in life. having kids and lives and houses and all that stupid shit you want to call it, insurances, you know, still doing our thing. You know, ain't no sucker shit here. Niggas run hard with like, oh no, I can't risk it all. Suck my dick. You holding back on being something you could be, you know, without even knowing it. It don't even have to be Graff. You could think a nigga working a 9 to 5 when he could be doing something better. You know what I mean? But he's content like a bird. You know what I mean? Nah, you got to sometimes stretch. You know, you got to do your thing. You know, and Graff has always been with me since I was a kid and my family and all. So I was like, fuck it, I like it. I like writing on shit. I got family that don't even like it. Nigga, I got screamed down by my grandmother recently. Like, no, you love me, era, you love me. I was like, no, yo, se lo fui yo. You know, I got respect and morals, you know. I'm a beast in the same time, you know. You got to balance yourself in life. And that's how this 3-unit strongbow unit is like that. It's a balance, you know, weird how 3 different people from 3 different sides of life are together as one, destroying shit.
So so I want you to let all the fans that's watching know how big of a threat is the strongbow unit in the Graff game.
Oh man, we've been a threat. We always a threat, but we humble, man. We just doing it for the culture.
We let everybody live a little. We sit back, we watch all the shit going on.
I want to rag niggas. I ain't gonna straight up want to rag you fucking herb ass niggas. Retire, you bitch ass niggas. But you know, ever be like, yo, let it be. It's the culture. I'm like, but half of these niggas is pussy, my nigga. They rats. You know, they rat on Graff. How you rat on your peoples for getting caught for Graff? Nigga, you serious, nigga? I did almost a year and a half. For scratchies. I ain't had to rat nobody, nigga. It was my fault. Fuck out of here, nigga. Don't get it twisted. Oh, I got a lot to risk, nigga. Then you don't love the game. You fake. Fuck out of here. The niggas laugh at me. I take shit seriously. It be as minor as they say graffiti. Fuck out of here. This ain't minor. It's a culture. It's a lifestyle. Nigga, I like it. I like it. Fuck you, nigga. I'm real with it. You not.
All right, bro. All right. Let's bring you back. We're about to kill someone after this. You know? Got some tags first, though.
Yo, relax, my nigga. You gotta relax.
So that being said, so then how did you fucking how do you see it all ending? Like you're gonna go all the way to the, like, you know what I mean? Like, cause for me, I could be 80 years old if I have a chance to catch it.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I'm gonna still catch tags. I'm gonna fuck niggas. I'm like, yo, look at this old man. I'm gonna pull out my cock, take a piss, and bust a tag. You know, mama, just let it go, nigga. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna be an old nigga. My wife is like, yo, really? I'm like, yeah, they gonna pay me Social Security. I'm gonna buy paint with it. You know? I'm gonna still paint, nigga. I don't know for no reason. All right. How hard as it gets, doesn't matter. We'll figure a way out, you know?
All right, bro. So now I just want to ask Ever a few questions real quick.
Nah, no doubt. Shout out to my niggas. Here go the King of Brooklyn, King Graff Champs. Strongbow motherfuckers.
That was the General Strongbow.
U2K.
Graff Champs.
No Reggie.
No Reggie. No. Graff Champs, episode 8. This is Ever right here. To me, in my opinion, one of the top street bombers of all time. You could be mentioned with any of the greats.
Yo, it's an honor having me on your show, SR. You know, we go way back. Before back. I mean, we go back. But we'll get into that a little later on. But it's an honor, and I love what you're doing with the show. I watched every episode. That Cope episode was dope. You had some good stories, and I hope I can match that with some good stories. My brothers had some good stuff for you too. So I'm here, man. Let's shoot. Let's talk, man. You're my brother. You're family to me. I feel like we're in a room together and we just chilling, but we're not. But we are, So talk to me, man. What's good, man?
The streets want to know, the fans want to know. We're going to start from the beginning. How did you get introduced to Graff? How did you get into it?
All right. So let's go. Where we at? I'm pulling out my cardboard box. I'm outside in front of my house. It's 86. About 11 years old, 12 years old. My boys on the block. Playing Skelly on the block. We hitting the boxes. Watching the J train roll by. We stop. Why we stop? Everybody's like, no, chill. Don't hit the blue top yet. Wait, hold on. So I'm like, what's going on? They're like, yo, the train's rolling by. So I turn around, we got to stop to watch the train, see the names go by on the train. As soon as the train stopped going, back to the game. Boom. Common thing back in the mid-'80s. We just watched the trains go by every time they roll by. You know, my lines with the J train and the M train and the L train. So a lot of those riders that influenced me were the guys that were bombing those lines at that time. So about 86, 87, you know, I started messing around with different names, different tags, real toy shit. And, you know, I watched Style Wars, I watched Beat Street, I watched, there was a documentary on PBS, I think I told you this, about Blade and Comet on Channel 13. And just watching that, it just, you know, just the shit that they were doing, you know, it just blew my mind. And, you know, B Street after that, you know, I was practicing my different, you know, after that, about 86, 87, you know, I just started getting the bug for it. And a lot of my boys back then were old school graffiti writers, you know, you know, a couple of names, you know, that influenced me back then was Tech MOB crew. That was my first crew. I'm one of the original members, so from that crew. And, you know, he was an ill graph artist. And he put me under the wing, and, you know, over the years, everybody used to go to his crib, you know, in Bushwick. And I used to go to his crib and meet all these graph riders from all over, you know, Bushwick, you know. So, you know, rest in peace, Arion. Arion was one of my influences back then, Arion U5. I met him back in 88, and I was a little kid just learning. And, you know, I was writing different names, you know, all types of different names. And, you know, I felt like I was just, you know, couldn't find nothing. Like, I was going to write this, try to find a name forever. So I said forever. And I'm like, that's too long, forever. How am I going to spend an hour writing my name on the wall? Forever. And I just said, nah, I just write Rever. Then I was like, nah, I write Ever. And then I was like, I write Ever with an A, so it'd be, you know, different. Yo, I just kept going with it. I had other tag names. I was practicing, you know, all over the place. You know, Shoot I used to rock, you know, it was about 88. And I started writing 2-3 different tags, and then they started seeing Ever up. And everybody saw that, but not the other tags I was writing. So there goes the story. You know, I stuck with Ever and just ran, you know, with Ever from, you know, late 88 till today. 30-something years later, 40, I don't know what the fuck.
When was the first time you took the can and really took it serious? What year was that when you like took it serious? Like, because you're a serious crazy street bomber. So from the beginning, as soon as you started, you just started going everywhere. How did that happen? Like, how did you know where the fuck you was going? Like, was it planned? Like, you just went, you just going out? How old was you when you started really killing shit?
Well, yeah, I mean, I picked up a can probably around 88, and I used to take the trains and just go to the end, the last stop, and just practice writing my name. You know, at the end of the train stations back then, they were bombed. They used to not paint the back. It's like they used to run out of paint in the middle of the train station. And you remember that SR Knickerbocker at the back? Come on.
The back. That's why I had a feeling on the back.
Yeah, you know, they never painted the back. I don't know why.
Dude, that shit rocked for a long time.
They used to rock for years, for months.
That shit rocked for a long time.
So I used to go in the back in daylight, catch a little corner, little whack freaking tags with, you know, my Nanky or my touch and tone, you know, or whatever paint I could get my hands on, you know. So Kitchen Magic, all types of weird name brands, and you know, once I started getting my name right, you know, I started, you know, branching out to the streets and all that. You know, I would catch little low tags on the bottom of gates. You know, like, nobody was seeing my shit. So, you know, from 88 to 89, all my shit was getting buffed. I was hitting train stations a lot. And, you know, about late 89, you know, just going around the city and just traveling, I would see all these bombers and the gates that they were smashing, the permanent walls. And it would be Easy, Jobs, and all these, you know, other, you know, famous riders from back then, TK and all that, and they would just have these nice crispy black tags on the top of the gates, like headliners, I would call them. And I said, that's how people notice your shit. You got to get on top of the gate. You got to get, you know, a nice solid fat cap tag on that gate. And from there on, I just kind of, you know, started finding out which paint to use. And they were like, oh, Rusto. And, you know, like, I couldn't find a Rusto cap that worked. So I hated racking Rustos or using Rustos. And then I would find the ultra flat back Krylon to be the most easiest can to use. It took every cap known to man. and it was right dope. So what if I didn't have a cap, you know, like I said, I used to hang around a lot of old school cats, and they taught me how to cut the little palito on the bottom, the little and an angle, a 45-degree angle, and put it on
Like a
the
crack
pan,
cap.
and the shit used to just blow up. Throw a hot needle in the middle, and used to spread it out. I don't know if I'm giving out any, you know, old school techniques, but they don't do that anymore anyway. So, you know, and then you had to be careful with the ultra flat or the semi flat. You know, you used to have to cut it at a certain angle. If you cut it too much, the shit would just blow up in your hands and your face, and that was your night right there, ruined. So, you know, about 89, 90, I just started, you know, getting savvy with my name, starting writing, you know, walking around, climbing gates and shit. You know, 90, 91, I just went off. You know, I just started going on a rampage, especially when I started finding more rack spots. It was like, you know, my partners over here says, you know, I was pretty nice with it. So,
Yo, I think Ever was the one that taught me the whole, you know, there's a method to the down the leg shit, right? So we would rack right in front of them, and he'd be like, yo, just don't move your shoulders. If you move your shoulders, they know you're doing something. So I would try my best not to move my shoulders, but throw the paint down my leg. You know what I mean? As long as the shoulders didn't move, I was good. I got away.
So just to piggyback off of Papo, one of my things was do it right in front of them. They wouldn't think you're doing anything. So if you did it right, you could actually rack right in front of them. Just move your arms around up high, keep their eyes up, keep your other hand down. So you act like you're looking at you. Oh, what's that over there? Meanwhile, I'm grabbing shit down the leg.
Killing them.
Right in front of them.
R&S
Strauss, Pergament, wherever I went. You know,
the one on Union, the one on Atlantic Avenue, we used to kill that shit, man.
So, yeah, I mean, once I got savvy with racking paint, it was off. I just kept, it was day and night, weekends, no summers off. I just kept going with it. So, and, you know.
Who did you bomb with? Who was your first like bombing partners that you started killing shit with?
Myself.
Word, he's a bomb by himself, bro.
To be honest, it's just really myself. You know, I had run-ins, you know, in the early days with a couple of guys, you know, but they were old school heads, so they really didn't, you know, want to keep going at it. They're already known too, so you know, I was like, you know, they came from the train era or whatever. So I just used to wake up 3:30 in the morning, walk out my house right before I go to school, and take 2 or 3 cans with me, and that was it. You know.
So when you was little and you came out, who did you see up in Bushwick?
Yeah, Bushwick is, you know, where I'm originally from, and
K-A-T-K-K.
of course him and
King. That King, man. K-A.
He's probably the original.
Yo, my
Bushwick.
bad. Yo, my apologies when you asked me about that top 10 list. My thoughts were all over. K-A-T-K-K by far one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Bushwick, you know,
Yes.
he was probably the street bombing, you know, dude from my era, first time starting out. I used to see a lot of U5, a lot of MSD dudes doing damage.
Oh, Audi U5 too, man. Yeah. Audi U5. The style was crazy.
This style was real,
and he killed shit.
Yeah, he I couldn't even read what he wrote at first. It looked like an S, a U, a K, and an E. If you look at it again, you see what I'm talking about. It looked like Suki. It was Audi, and I used to think Suki was up all over Bushwick at one time, but it was Audi. I was so toying at the time. But you know, dudes like that, you know, MSD had one side of Bushwick on lock. I mean, it was all over. A lot of dudes from that crew, Show, you know.
MSD, rest in peace.
Yeah, he, Show was an ill piece, so I used to see his shit in the late 80s and 90s, and, you know, a lot of dudes from U5 on the J line in East New York, you know, used to have a lot of shit. And on the M line, when I used to go to Knickerbocker a lot. I used to go over there, take the M line, and you know, Deck VIC had that whole area on Smash. And I think he just came out recently. I saw some of his postings on IG, and he was a monster. His style back then was even legendary. He had Troutman, the whole area. I used to live on Arian Place in Bushwick. I used to walk up Troutman and walk up to, you know, all the way up to Knickerbocker, and I used to see all his pieces on the side, on the low, and it was just like monumental. You know, he had some shit. The dudes from TNS crew, F Boom, he had some shit. 89, 90, he was piecing a lot. Show MSD, Sept. Them dudes, I see their stuff a lot. Peak, VIC. The dudes from WR crew, KP and ATIC, their rooftops on the J line. The list goes on. I mean, that's all. KA, of course, and the other Pima.
Oh shit, yeah, hell yeah.
WW Pima. I used to see his shit over there. By your area when I used to go over there, 89, 90. It's some really good artists over there. They did a lot of work, and those were a lot of my influences at the time. Heck 398 was another influence. He used to do pieces on the U5 freights. And he was probably like 88, 89 doing pieces. Tech MOB was another one that influenced me. And, those guys really, were my local surroundings, So after that, once I started branching out to the rest of the city, it was so many other writers, I could go on for another hour just speaking about who influenced me and what I saw, back then. But so that's pretty much a good list. Gano FOD, I thought he was king of freaking New York at one time, but once I started branching out, he had a lot of shit.
So as you're going out and you're meeting all these riders and shit, how did you meet RFC nigga? How did you bump into RFC niggas?
Well, like Strongbow said earlier, that was the crew of crews. We come from, I came from Brooklyn, and they came from the Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, and RFC was a collective, of different crews. So
United Nations.
I came through. And I brought my crews, DTF, Nova, MBK.
DTF.
DTF. Those are all my crews. Those are my original crews. NBK, U2K, NVA, DTF, I rep those crews. So I brought them, and I will bring a bunch of other, crewmates, different guys, I bring Turk, from Bushwick. I bring USR. That was my counterparts, from NBK, RTA. Then I'll bring, Papo and, whoever else from my team, from, NVA, DTF to the city. And then, I kind of knew some of the RFC cats already from previous encounters. I went to high school with one of the original members. Shout out to my boy Cash RFC. He's into piecing and all that. He's down with Wayne and them. So I knew him when he first started. He told me, RFC, that's my peoples in the city. You got to come out and chill with us one day. So, I already had the kind of the input from, RFC, to find out what they were about. And they were a bunch of little kids, really, at the end of the day, the original RFC. They were, Ross, all these dudes, they were a bunch of little kids, but,
ran the streets early.
They started real young. When I met Mate and when I met Mate, the kid was 12 years old or something. He was running around, killing New York. And, all these dudes, we were all young and we would just, run in the city. It was a good time, Shout out to Gumby UF, us first.
Sure.
He was a big influence, His style was dope.
Yes, sir. Gumby.
Shout out to Gumby, man.
Yeah, I always say there's 5 riders from Bushwick that really that if you mix them up, that's who I tried to be. It was like KA, Gumby, Show MSD,
right.
Audi U5, and F Boom TNS. Those 5 niggas right there.
Right,
Don't forget Ever, bro.
Nah, but that was you're at a little after me. I'm talking about like when I first started writing.
Right.
Nah,
these are the niggas that I looked up to.
Right.
Yeah, nah, you said it right, SR. This is the same. Just your same crew is the same crew I looked at. You know what I mean? I had Tech MOB because I was under the wing of him, his mentorship in the late '80s. So he's always gonna be in my top 5. But all those guys you mentioned, absolutely, I give those guys enough respect. They were originators, Bushwick OGs, originators, and they inspired me. I took it further because I was a bomber, but they were some of the inspirations at the time. From '88 to '90. They kind of brought me out. Watching what they were doing. It was fun, man. It was a fun time. But you also had to worry about going to all these different parts in Bushwick that you didn't get robbed from block to block. So, you know, it was a crazy time, you know.
Yeah, that's another thing. Since you've been super mega all city supreme through every single block 700 times, did niggas never try to like rob you or nothing like that, like or shoot at you or something for writing or
Nah, yo,
nothing?
they fucking threw eggs at us, bro, in the Bronx, my nigga. They were fucking throwing eggs, and I'm cursing at them, and they fucking throwing eggs at us, B, from the roof.
To tell you the truth, you know, back then, from block to block, you know, you always had to worry about something popping off. Could be something unrelated to what the fuck you're doing. So, I mean, you definitely had to keep your eyes and ears, you know, to what's going on. You don't want to stay on a block catching a tag for half an hour. If you know me, SR, I catch a tag, I'm out. I don't stay there. They normally won't follow you to the next block because they're worried about beef on the next block themselves. So, you know, my thing was to hit and run, just catch a tag and just be out. You know, so this over the years, you know, I've had many, you know, issues, but you know, I was more concerned about the boys than actual people on the street. You know, I was quick to smack you over the head with a spray can or if whatever I had in my hand if you try to play stupid. So, you know, all that shit, all that nonsense, I wasn't too worried about. You know, I was quick with it. So, you know, whatever happened, you know, on the streets, you know, shit happened. I've gotten chased, you know, I've this and that, whatever, you know, but, you know, I've always came back to those spots and finished my tag or hit the same area. You know, it never stopped me. I know a lot of riders didn't do that. You know, they stayed safe. You know, they stayed local. They didn't branch out because they were scared. I was never scared. I wanted to bomb the grittiest and dirtiest hoods. You know, that was my thing. And I wanted to put my name on the highest spot on that corner so everybody could see. You know, that was my you know, high life, HL crew, you know, represent. You know, that's what gave me the rush to go out there and see my name in these corners that nobody else will bomb. You know, these people would thought I was a 6'6", you know, black guy, you know, play basketball and fuck you up. And I'd be like, damn, you guys thought I was that the whole time? They were like, bro, your tags are in a freaking East New York on the top of a fucking building. Like, we thought you had to be some drug dealer, black dude that was 7 feet tall. And I was like, nah, man, it was just, you know, I got it in, you know, that's it, you know. So, you know, that was it for me, you know, bombing, you know, I took it serious. I was militant to it. So, and, you know, when I reconnected with Papo and, you know, Era, you know, it was like they know, you know, my instincts to bomb are for real. So they know if we bombing, they get up. We're going to get up. That's it.
Yeah,
Put it this way, not to cut you off. It was a job with this man. This nigga would hit me up and be like, yo, I'm not from that moment in that area. Map it out. Let me know. We destroy. Keep it moving. Strumble.
Yo, I had to get like extra rest on the day. Like if we knew we were going out that night, so I would take a nap, like, you know, because we like a little old and shit. So I had to take like an old man nap and get prepared and shit. I had to get my workout in. I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like getting prepared for a boxing fight and shit. You know what I mean? Before we went out the bomb. Because, I mean, we were going out and we were just smashing shit. And also, shout out to Fresh Paint for sending that free paint when it was popping off. So we did a lot of damage with that shit.
Niggas got sponsored with free paint. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. So that's when you know you made it, when niggas is giving you paint to do what you love.
Yeah, that was great. I ain't never get free shit. So I was like, oh shit, word. All I gotta do is take pictures. Cool, all right.
That's a fact, my nigga. Yo, so through all the years, you've consistently, you take a little break, you come back, destroy shit again, you come back, you keep coming back and coming back and coming back, and you always came back and like smash it with someone different and different and different. To me, the 90s, like the mid 90s was like the best time, the best time of Graff, because it was so many different people destroying.
Hell yeah.
So like, let's say 90, because you know you had a fucking wonderful run through the whole 90s, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? A legendary supreme one at facts. So in the 90s when you was killing shit, who you seen at the time killing shit, like you know, 95, 96, 97, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
VE, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, VE.
FTR.
You know.
All my FTR brothers out there.
Yeah, VE, you know, he had a good run. you know, JA, of course, he wasn't one of my original influences at first because he wasn't really hitting streets like that. But from 92 to 95, he put a nice tear. And I give him that. There's a bunch of riders out there that did a lot of work. I was out there. I was bombing all boroughs, so I can tell you, who was doing what. The only thing I didn't see a lot of people here in the Bronx from Brooklyn, which I was probably one of the only people doing that at the time. Pretty consistently going out there and catching shit. But
You was DFA, bro.
I had some guardianship up there, so I had a pass to go to the Bronx. So
you didn't need it.
I was bombing out there, and I didn't see a lot of other riders. But I mean, there's so many riders that everybody we could mention. We go down the list, But I would definitely see Easy Jaws, Josh 5, TK. I call them the Four Horsemen because they pretty much had everything at one time. In the 90s, Trap and Fib, I used to see them on highways going to the Bronx, going to Queens, going to Long Island, then on Gates,
Yo, shout out to Trap, IF, man. Trap and Dine and shit, they had a big run, too.
Yeah, Dine had a good run with Trap in the mid-90s. I saw them going around doing things together, Trap and Dine. I give credit where credit's due. Trap has been around for a while, as far as I remember, and he's still...
FIFA, without a doubt, man.
VIFA's another,
crazy, man. He got tags that you wouldn't even expect. Like, yo, how the fuck he get, like, I'm here. How the fuck, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, he used to have a lot of downtown spots, FIFA. I remember, it's like, why does he have a tag here? Like, all these alleyways and all these different areas, and then you'll go in the middle of the Bronx on a block, an abandoned warehouse, and you see a FIFA tag. It's like, I'm here, so he's doing the same thing I was doing. I don't know what he was doing here. There's so many riders out there like that.
Also, not to cut you off. Also, one of my favorite all time, which is also a great person to this thing we call graffiti, is Chino BYI. So now Chino BYI is the reason why I kept Papo, because I was like, damn, Papo was like, it's Spanish, it's Boricua, like, damn, everybody got these different tags, but seeing Chino up made me like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna keep this name.
Yeah, much respect to Chino and the stuff he's done for Graff and the Source and all that. I met Chino when I was, real young back in the day, and he just blew me off like I'm some toy shit. So I'm like, I don't really have that connection.
Chino's
with
a
him.
Good dude, man.
Yeah, he tells me he's a good dude, but I don't have that
Chino,
same.
Me and Chino, man, show me love all the time.
So
shout out to Chino BY.
For real.
Yeah, I used to see Chino marker drippy tags on the insides of the trains.
Yeah, he got up, man. Chino did his thing, man. Definitely. Astro and Fox, much respect to my brothers in 501 crew. They had the city on smash. 501 crew, when I first started out in 89, 90, they were everywhere, man. They were rep hard. It was like everybody was down with 501. Your mom, your cousin, your sister. It's like, yo, how the fuck everybody pushing 501? It was a pretty large crew at one time, and I was fortunate to hang out and get down with them back then, and I remember going to Lower East Side probably like 89, 90, and you couldn't walk into certain areas of Lower East Side because 501 had they wouldn't allow it type shit. Like they would jump you on the spot, like who the fuck are you? They were out there, Astro Fogs, good people's right there. They had the city on smash. They influenced my style too, because when I used to go to all the dirty hoods, it was like Astro and Fogs on the top of the gates. So like, what the fuck? So, I was right up there trying to, get my name above theirs or next to theirs, all the time. So, they put in a lot of work, man. All the 501 crew members put in a lot of work, NAM and OS, see them all over the place, man. They put in work, they don't get the respect, because they were from back in those era, but they did a lot of work.
Definitely. A lot of people say that you took over the title from Astro with the high tags because you took it to a whole nother different level.
Yeah, I mean, I had to, man. I had no choice. Astro, you know, he set the bar high, so I had to figure out a way to even set the bar higher than that. So, you know,
Instead of one gate, this nigga hit all the gates.
You got picked. You might find some pictures of the internet of mine of tags that take the whole entire gate from top. You know, just to prove a point. You know what I mean? Because he really set it up. You know, it made it difficult for me. You know. When people they were rolling around with crates, I had to roll around with trash cans and flip them upside down. And you remember them days? SR? He's like, "How the fuck you got so high?" You see me dragging a corner, trash can down the street and jumping on top of that. You know,
Chill. You can't tell all your secrets, man. You can't tell.
do they even still do they have those trash cans around anymore? I don't even know. Yeah.
Nah, they ain't around no more.
They're not
But
around
yo,
no
son,
more. So I can say my old school tricks.
nah, yo, bombing with you is always a fucking treat, my nigga. We always used to come off hard body because we destroy shit systematically, nigga. Whole abs, everything, my nigga. We used to
Yeah.
smash. It was dope, and to see you, I literally seen you. A giant E as far as you can reach, boom, then get down, move it over. Giant V as far as you can reach.
Yeah.
Yo, ridiculousness, making everybody shit look crazy, bro.
Yeah, you witnessed it, man. I forget how many of those bombing missions we went on, but yeah, we went on quite a few of them, man. A lot of people don't realize that because me and you really didn't bomb Bushwick together. We went out. We went to somewhere on the map that nobody else was up, and we would go together. And we would just be doing shit everywhere else, but just Bushwick, we're like, yeah, we live in Bushwick. Why are we gonna write in Bushwick?
Yo, and for the record, I just seen somebody say ladders. We don't use no ladders for tags, bro. That's just me stretching my go-go gadget arm, or I get on one of their shoulders. That's how we do old school shit.
So what's next? What's next? What's next for the Strongbow unit?
I mean, only time could tell about that. You know what I mean? You can't say too much because
Yeah,
people be watching and ears and shit.
Just stay tuned, yeah.
But I tell you one thing, it's not over. You know what I mean? It's definitely not over. I promise you that.
Shout out to Over NFG.
Word.
Good people's right there, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not over. We got a lot of things in store. I'll probably relaunch the website again, throw some merch up there. You know what I'm saying? Get into that whole artsy thing and do that because, that I get busy with that too. A lot of people don't realize I just try not to show too much because there's a lot of biters too. You throw out a nice piece in the color scheme and they take your color scheme and shit like that.
Niggas still ideas
You know
and
what I'm saying?
styles.
So I try not to do that too much. But yeah, I get busy, man. That's all that shit, man.
Yeah, we don't want to, spoil the news, but we're not done yet.
Nah, yo, it's not over, bro. It's not
done
over.
yet.
Yo, Jobs, man, you gotta come out, bro. Stop being scared.
Yo, we bringing people out, man. We bringing people out. The team is reconnected.
It's not over. Te digo que no se acabado.
Yeah, SR, I'm coming after you, SR, bro.
The dumbouts, you gotta come out. Yeah, Rick, we gotta do it again.
Ever SR NBK, we coming back out, man. Don't worry about it. Stay tuned, man.
Yo, shout out to Over, man. One of our last bombs and shit, nigga saved me. I almost got bagged, bro. With his quick eye, I got away. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to Over and shit. Shout out to my Greenpoint brother thing, KD.
KD in the building, bro.
My brother, my man,
Rest
Bye.
in peace, Gooba.
Fuck crew, rest in peace, LC.
Rest in peace, LC.
LC, that was a good dude. He put me under the wing too. Let me just throw a little thing about LC, fuck crew. I met him in 89, 90, and he was like, yo, you're doing your thing. I see you, and he just every time he saw me, he showed me much love, man. I miss that dude. He was real good, man. Old school low head, old school Graff head, and he showed everybody love. He didn't just blow me off like other writers did at one time. So, it's all good. Rest in peace, LC, bro. Good people's right there.
Word up, rest in peace, Goober. Goober lives, KED.
Rest in peace, Goober, man.
Word. At what point did you feel like you already had shit killed? Did you ever feel like that? Because
Never.
as when you killing shit, your shit is getting ragged and painted over at the same time.
I never feel like I'm up. I never feel like I've done enough. I had somebody tell me I go all city every 5 years, and it's like I don't feel like I go anywhere near that every 5 years. So, just that drive to keep pushing and going is, you know, I just want to keep reinventing myself. Who knows what I might be doing next, you know? So I'll keep you guys, you know, stay tuned and watch because, you know, it ain't over yet. You know, I'm coming back with some fresh shit for you guys. Don't worry about it.
What about the graffiti now? Do you look at the walls? Like, do you see anybody who do you, like that kill shit?
I mean, there's people I see. I really look out for people I know. You know what I mean? So there's some of the stuff I can't even read, or you know, there are a lot of out of towners doing shit. That's one of the reasons also why I came back out is I saw a lot of out of towners doing damage that I felt, you know, that needed to go away. We need to keep New York, keep all the people like us alive and don't let these out of towners take over, you know, because they were taking over for a minute. So that gave me ammunition to come back out too.
With
so
ugly shit too, characters and all types of drug addicts quotes. Come on, man.
So yeah, you know, weird ass back fat or whatever, you know, weird shit like that. You know, wolf tits. I don't know what the hell, you know. I don't knock anybody for going out there and doing what they do. You know, it's still, you know, it's an art form, but I felt like we had to bring it back to the essence, you know, to what, you know, Easy and Jaws pretty much laid down the blueprint for us. So, you know, I'm always going to be a street. If you see me piecing,
vandalism.
That's I can't. Maybe when, like you said, we're 80 years old, retired, I'll start doing pieces and shit.
Black tags matter.
But that's it. You know, I'm rocking, you know, high tags, you know, throw up fillings, whatever, but you know, that's what I'm gonna be doing, you know.
Yo, bro, fucking what about favorite throwy? Do you have any favorite throwies? Who's your top?
Yeah, of course, you know.
Who's your favorite throwies? Tell me who's your favorite throwies.
I mean, from back in the day, I mean, just looking at a fib throwy, a solid straight letter, or his crazy fib throw up that he had. You know, they were dope. You know, Vifer's throwies, I think is pretty wild.
Yeah, legendary, man.
Yeah.
Vifer got like one of the most legendary throw-ups. He influenced a lot of people with that 3-letter throw. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah. Well, let's see. Well, OE, you know, with the crazy E.
OE,
KP,
man,
KP.
WR, shout out to KP,
You know,
the OG. He always shows me mad love. Every time I
Yeah.
see him, that dude's a legend, man. He's so humble. You don't get dog cats like that in the graffiti game that show you love the way he does. He invented that K, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody took that K off of KP, you know what I'm saying? If you see, they just added a little, you know, to their thing, but you know, KP, one of the legendary throw-ups, man.
Another K was KA. KA's throw up is all them lines he puts in it. You know, to do a KA is and you can still read the shit. It's crazy. It was like he was doing that in, you know, in the late '80s, early '90s. That KA throw up, man. You know, I remember he went hard with that, and I'm like, yo, how much time does he spend putting lines in that shit, yo? But it was solid. It was dope, yo. Yeah, you're doing it right now. You're like, what the fuck? And you know, he's a original Bushwick head, and I've been around all 5 boroughs, and I still haven't seen a throwy that looks as original as KA's, you know, was, you know, and that speaks a lot for that dude. That dude had a dope throw up. But yeah, you know, JA, I like JA's simple style, but fresh. You know, he keeps it, you know, it's almost like a fixture in the wall. It's almost like a stamp. You know, it's like perfect. You know, you see it everywhere. You don't see those sloppy JA throw ups. You know, he does it right. You know, so sometimes I see JA throw ups. I don't even think he did, to be honest. But I think someone with him did it.
Jocking niggas.
Yeah. So I mean, but I could tell you, you know, his simple throw up was it right there. But yeah, you know, those are some people from back in the day that, you know, influenced me, and you know, I see that, you know, have some dope shit. You know, you know, there's a lot actually out there. You know, like I love Gumby's throw up. Gumby, Us First, UF family. You know, he had an ill throw up. You know,
Deem had the ill throw up too.
Deem had his TH throw up that was ill. You know, they can go on. SR, your throw ups. You had evolved.
Old school shit, man.
You know.
You know what's crazy? SR, I was trying to find the book that I got, a black book that I got. I think I showed you before. I got it in the stash. I couldn't get it out in time for the episode. But it's when I used to go to your crib back then on DeKalb and shit, back in those days, So the book is like from like 93, I think 94 around there.
Wow, you gotta get that shit because I want to see that. I want to see what's in that book.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Definitely.
I
That's
give
when
it to
we used to go to
Yeah, I give
go
it to
check
Scott.
out Lodge and shit, AMA Lodge over there by Grover Cleveland and shit.
Wow, that's crazy. So yo, what about this? Ever do you think that your name could be mentioned in the realms of JA?
You bugging? Hell yeah.
I mean, I would hope so. I would hope so. I mean,
You know, JA,
JA is JA.
JA is JA. He's
You know what I mean? But at least underneath somewhere in that bracket, you know what I mean? Somewhere in there, you know, whatever.
He's definitely, you know, he's an inspiration to all his bombers that bomb hard, you know. So I mean, just to be even mentioned in that, I'm happy with that. I don't even have to be put in there. I just being mentioned, you know, in that category, I'm happy with. But I don't see myself, you know, trying to catch up to him. There's no catching up to him, you know. I'm just gonna do me, and I'm gonna just lay it down hard, you know, as far as I can, you know, can do this work.
Do you feel like you underrated?
I don't, you know, I don't feel like I'm rated at all, you know. So, you know, I guess that's being underrated. But, you know, to me, you know, I see what I see, I do what I do, and you know, I let other people figure it out. You know, in my eyes, I'm your favorite writer's favorite writer. You know, I don't need to be the glorious one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I put it down like that. I want to be that person. I don't want to be the popular one. I don't want to be the IG picture of the month. You know what I mean? Taking, you know, hitting the same spots over and over and taking 20 different flicks. Hitting the same 3 areas: Bushwick, East Bushwick, and Williamsburg. And then you take 50 pictures of all that shit. You know, and Lower East Side, that's becoming popular again.
And try to claim all city.
And then you're a king, you know, but no, you're really not. So.
Yo, and that's another thing. There's a lot of supposedly famous writers that I feel like get a lot more attention, and they are not the ones that walk through the grimiest hoods because me, all 3 of y'all, and me, and you know, a few writers like that, we hit the grimiest of the grimy all up and down blocks, and I them niggas was never up over there, bro.
Right, yeah, we like to hit the spots where people die. Where people get killed, that's the spots that we hit. And it's funny because Era was the one that started that shit. He said, yo, let's go over here because they always killing somebody over here.
Yeah.
Yo, so we go and we smash Utica, right? We smash Utica. And you know how Utica is. That shit is live. No matter what time, Utica is live. So we smash Utica, right? That same week, they killed somebody right in the fucking spot where we smashed that. So we had like headlines. We were on every channel of the news. They try to rob the dude for sneakers or some shit. He stabbed the dude up right on Utica. Fresh tags all over and shit. Came out. Lovely.
Even in the Bronx, niggas got killed. What you see in the background for almost a whole week. In the papers also. You know, showing these new niggas, all you gotta do is keep it real and grab and stop jocking, you know? Chasing spots. Strongbow, you know? Keep it real with the shit. Stop ragging niggas. Let the shit rock. We all got space, nigga. There's gates and walls. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And cars. Get busy.
Yo, so Ev, what's your favorite paint that you use?
Right now, whatever I could get my hands on, bro. You know, I don't really rack anymore. You know, I don't need to do that. But you know, these Montanas and these German paint, they're phenomenal, man. They make you want to do more than you need to, bro. It just goes right uphill, man. It's you know, that's one of the things. You know, when I came back out, you know, I got onto some of this paint, like this fresh paint. I think we went bombing with fresh paint one time, right? Yeah, me and you. And the way the shit wrote was like.
Yo, shout out to Fresh Paint. They got to come back.
Yeah, they got to come back.
Boxes, man.
Boxes.
They went out of business or something. I don't know. Whatever
We made them rich and they left.
Yeah, they
probably. I think they only sell Montanas now.
They probably were giving too much free paint to us.
But that German paint. I once watched a video of how they make the fucking paint. You know, in Montana. I watched it from beginning to end. You know, that's some sad shit. But as a graffiti writer, man, you want to learn this shit. You want to know the essence of how the tools of the trade are, and the stuff they're making nowadays. You just can't compete. You got to get it. You could do a filling in a top to bottom in literally 3 minutes flat with these 600s. Like, that's crazy. Like it's unreal. And, you know, if I can get, you know, some Rustos aren't the same like they used to, but they still my go-to. You know, I still grab a Russell all fucking day. But these Montana, these German paints, that's it for me right there. I'll stick with that. You know, my name doesn't look good unless it's like a 10-finger fat cap.
Yo, shout out to Touch and Tone, man. I destroyed Santo Domingo with my brother Ray. Shout out to Ray BWH out there.
BWH,
we smashed the whole fucking Santo
Shout
Domingo.
out to Ray BWH, yo, King of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic,
bro. Touch and Tones, bro. Silver Touch and Tones.
Yo, we international. DTF, BWH, Nova Team, Ray. Shout out to my brother Ray BWH, man. Nova Team official right there. You know?
Yeah, so you the thing that to me that your name could be mentioned in the realms of JA for a good reason too is because not only are you a relentless street bomber, you don't only hit streets, you hit fucking highway spots, rooftops, track spots, bridges, highways, everything you could fucking get your hands on. What's the most dangerous spot you ever hit?
I think I got on I think it's a Hell's Gate Bridge up there. I don't know how them dudes do it on the side of that bridge off the Triborough or whatever that is over there. Is that Amtrak up there? That shit is some scary shit, bro.
Respect to that.
I walked over to that bridge. I think I was with Dover one night, and I'm over the water, and you see the highway on the other end, and the train was coming. That shit fucked me up. I got kids, man. I gotta go home to them motherfuckers right there.
I keep my feet on the ground, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck all that other
Papa won't go on that
I
loud
don't
shit.
do that shit, man.
Era barely goes on the loud
I
shit.
keep my 10 toes down.
This nigga G.I. Joe, bro.
You know, I'll do it, but you know, I did it for a while. That's what I was doing. I specialized in it. Take me a ladder, take me whatever I could find and climb. But I'm a little older now, a lot older now, and it's not good for my health right now. To fall off a ladder or fall off a bridge. But I did do it for a minute. If it's a good spot, I might consider it, but it'd take a lot for me to get back on that route.
Give him a good spot and fucking do it.
Yeah, I probably would. I won't lie. I'd find a way.
Yeah, you and Dover hit a lot of high shit, a lot of fucking highway spots. I seen you and Che hit mad fucking high crazy spots everywhere too.
Of course, shout out to my boy Che, WCK, DTF Nova Team, another street killer, another beast. Don't get it fucked up. He's out there. I just spoke to him earlier, that's that's family right there.
Man. WTO, DTF, WCK.
You see me with Papo and Era, but every once in a while I jumped out with Che and we'll do a little high spot to make our fans happy out there. Got to give them what they want.
It's more than Graff.
We're a family. We got a lot of stuff. We do streets, we do everything. Rooftops, we do highways, we do everything. We do all types of landscaping for you guys, bro. We bring the drinks with us too. It's family shit. Whatever we see on our way. I remember we were in Coney Island one day. Me, Papo, Era. I think HDU5 was with us, and there was a truck yard.
Oh shit!
There was like 20 fucking 30 trucks, and then we hit all of them.
Yo, we hit every fucking truck.
We ran out of paint. Went back to the car, got more paint. And kept going all night, and then after that we just kept bombing one night. Whatever we see in front of us when we hitting shit.
Yeah, that was the night we destroyed Coney Island. Shout out to Nems. Fuck your life. Bing bong.
Fuck your life.
Fuck your life.
I mean, we out here, man. We ain't done, man. We just letting everybody, fester a little bit. Let the little shine on. But we still here, man. We still here for real.
Till we drop, baby.
Yeah, the Strongbow unit, bro.
That's
Yo, I
right.
don't know, man. We might have to take a walk, man. I want to,
There's gonna be like 3-4 parts to this, man. It's too much history, too much stories, too many questions, too many topics missed, you know. But you know, you gotta see it tonight. It was a pleasure. I appreciate it. I'm with my brothers, you know, we barely see each other. We got our families. But
Yo, word, it took a
we
lot.
out
It
there.
took a lot for us three to get together, man. It's not easy no more for us to get together. You know what I'm saying? We all got different things. We got different ventures. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, you know, at our age, it's taking care of our household, our families and shit, our kids. So,
That's a
you
fact.
know,
Shout out to my
it's
wife,
not
who's,
easy,
you know,
you know what I
my
mean?
wife supports me in this. I know your wife SR
Our
supports you in
wives,
this.
man, straight up
All of our wives,
wives.
Strongbow Unit
Word.
wives support us.
That's it,
You know, if it
man.
wasn't for that, we wouldn't be able to do it. But they support us. They know we love this, you
We
know.
need permission sometimes.
Yeah, you know.
I'm alright, man. My wife, she's into this shit.
Yeah,
Shout
he's
out
on
to, you know,
yeah, he's on parole, so
Shout out,
he's good.
shout out to Diva. You know what I'm saying? She's alright, man. Diva with it. My wife is Diva with an E, by the way.
Yeah. Some of the SR, I had to put my wife's name in some of my fillings. If you look back, you know, that's how I got. Look, babe, I put your name in the filling. You know, I'm good. I'm like, all right.
Because we take this shit seriously,
Yeah,
man.
this is
Don't
serious
get
to
it
us,
twisted,
man. This is serious. This isn't just one and done, flash in the pan shit. We got our families involved in this shit. You know that. You know what I mean? So.
Yo, that's how I did Santo Domingo, dog. I went on a vacation, but it was a spraycation. So I spent half the day with the wife and the kids at the resort. And then I broke out the resort with Ray, and then we smashed the whole shit to the nighttime. Came back to the resort, took a shower in the club, half dead and shit, because I've been out all day. Like, you know what I mean? We did that shit for like 2 weeks in Santo Domingo.
Yeah, man. We're planning that too. We're going to take it, you know, international. You know, we're planning the DR and the Puerto Rico trips. So just stay tuned and watch, man. We're going to cover it live on Graff Champs Serial Communications. We're going to cover it on that soon. The next level. Just sit back and watch, but we're not done yet. This is for phase one.
It's gonna take a few parts, bro. We ain't done.
Yeah, man.
You know that this show ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep rising it, you know.
Yeah, yo, that's great because the Graff game really needs a real solid, crazy team like this to keep it afloat because like there's a lot of like we said, it's a lot of trash out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So niggas
Don't get me wrong, there's some good, you know, there's some new guys, there's some good graffiti also, you know what I mean?
Shout out
I'm not trying to, you know, we're not trying to like shit on anybody. You know, I don't want, you know, because you know us graffiti writers are very sensitive when it comes to our feelings. So I don't want to, you know, hurt any of the young guys' feelings that are bombing now, because it is some good shit, but a lot of shit is trash.
Yeah, now shout out to Sabs and Neo out there doing the 50-state border.
Yeah, yo,
shit.
shout out to Neo, man. Shout me out on that documentary, bro, for real.
Yeah, I see them. I see them guys out there. You know, New Yorkers going out there doing their thing. I show credit where credit is due. The dudes that I see out there now, I think he writes Pear, Hound, and Googe. They doing some incredible shit. You know, shout out to them. You know, solid,
you got these young cats, man. You got CO and Panic. You know, them guys is smashing shit.
York,
You can't take nothing away from them guys. Bill, you know, I seen him from when he started his style. You know, now he's like nasty. You know what I mean? Got these nice throw-ups. I'm digging. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that whole SB. Shout out to, you know, XBS and shit, Bill.
Shout out,
you know, they killing shit. You know, they killing shit. Of course, you know, we got the KGK boys uptown smashing shit, you know what I mean? But that's good graffiti.
Yeah. We give props where props is due. You know, those guys are doing their thing, and you know, we watching you guys, man. We proud of you guys, man. We not hating. You know, we love what you guys are doing, but you know, we when you guys slow up, we're gonna have to step in and, you know, take the throne again.
Yeah, all them dudes, man.
Just keep it official, and I won't pull your card.
Gigs, Zers, Minus and shit. You know, they getting busy, man. I like what I see coming from them dudes, bro, because it's nice and it's good graffiti. It's just not some bullshit, you know what I mean? And
Genie
getting up.
Smurf, you know, give respect to Genie Smurf, Grandpa Gang doing their thing, NFG. Come on, just keep it for the culture, bro.
Word, rest in peace, Foot. You heard?
Rest in peace, Foot. For real, NFG here.
Brown.
Yeah.
Word. So now, everything is on standby. There's a lot of writers from New York that's dope that be on standby because everywhere I go now I see a nice Remo feeling. Remo been out here. Remo been smacking shit again.
Yeah.
And
back
that's
to business, man. My man Remo, he stayed busy.
Back to schedule, B.
Yeah. he stayed busy, man. That's a good dude right there. He always repping New York, you know.
Yeah, and seeing new dope shit too is always a treat.
Oh yeah, shout out to my brother Dope, man. DFA for real. Que lo que local.
Yeah.
Free Skid
Word,
again.
bro.
Word, free skid.
Rest in peace, Nia, KGB.
I see my man Netta ACC is out there doing some shit. You know, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but you know, he's out there.
Yeah.
He's poking his head out.
Doing his thing.
Yeah, I think he's with a Roach RGN.
Yes, sir. Salute, Roach RGN.
Yeah, they're doing
Yes,
their
sir.
thing, man.
Yes, sir.
I see him out there, man. Good stuff, man. It's good to see, you know, other cats doing this shit. You know?
Yeah, man, they gotta be like real New York niggas, bro. There's a lot of niggas that I would like to fucking see come back out, bro.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, bro. Like because it, like you said, it's a lot of trash. Even though there are some people doing it, but it's just trash, bro. Like to me, our era is the best. It's the best. Time I interview the train niggas, they say the train era was the best.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We missed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't bombing trains because it wasn't.
This nigga even has scratchies on the low, yeah.
Yeah, nah, I mean,
EVR scratchies, the EVR scratchies, and the Ever box scratchies.
You too, nigga. Stop running.
Yeah, I had a little moment with them scratchies too, cause I used to be. Remember, I'm in the South Side, so then I had moved to Woodhaven, so I used to jump on the J train, and it's like 4 or 5 in the morning. Nobody's on the train. I'm just scratching I'm scratching from Marcy train station all the way to Forest Park, 85th Street.
Yo, Ever, you never met like any big time riders and they were just like knobbing you mad hard like and you couldn't believe it, like, oh shit, this nigga's wildin'?
I don't, you know, I could say maybe a few times that did actually happen. I was kind of caught off guard by it, but you know, it was one thing that I do remember, and you know, rest in peace, Dondi. I met him on the train one time, and he gave me props, man. He gave me props. Dondi CIA crew, and
Legend, one of my favorite riders too.
And I couldn't believe it, man. He was real humble. He was real cool. He was like, "Oh, you ever?" I was like, "Yo, I seen you up," and I'm like, "What?" And I was just thrown off by it. Like you know, that dude was real cool. You know, I met him in the early '90s. I guess we were at a Graff show or some shit, and just, "Oh, well, you right?" And you're like, "Oh, Dondi," and he just told me why you right. I've had other riders don't even want to tell me what they write back in those days, you know. But there was a couple times I met some riders, you know, old school riders, and you know, they gave me the double look, like, "Well, you write ever?" And you know, it caught me off guard because these are dudes that I looked up to. So, you know, there was a few riders like that I met back then when I was in my prime, you know, in the early '90s. So, you know, I did get that. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, when I met Dondi and he gave me the look like, "Oh, ever, yeah," I was really, you know, thrown off by that. I was like, "Oh, I guess I've been putting in that work." Then people notice. So, yeah.
Those are the fucking greats, bro.
Yeah. I mean, they were doing phenomenal shit like Lee TF5 and Blade and Comet. What they were doing in the '80s was just phenomenal shit, man. The T-Kid, you know, nice.
Scene and Reese were two of my first favorite niggas too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially Scene, man. It's like, yo, how the fuck he had a special gift, like he was above, you know.
There were two scenes,
like,
which I didn't even know there were two scenes. There was Scene TC5 and Scene UA, and they both were monsters in it. And that shit even was crazy to me at the time, you know. But, you know, a lot of them didn't come out to the streets, so, you know, they kind of just, you know, got away from that.
I used to love Smith too. Smith was dope.
Yo, Smith Sane. I remember seeing Smith going to Rockaway Beach on every freaking, going over the water off every pillar.
Yeah.
And then on every train station. I thought he was from Rockaway. Come to find out, dude was from Washington Heights on the way other side of the city. And he will have shit in train stations, on streets, on the side, on the corners. Yo, they're two really underrated riders. Saint Smith, rest in peace, Saint. You know, he passed away, fell off the bridge or whatever. But he's those dudes are monumental people, man. They did some shit. You know, they were inspiration because everywhere I went, I would see them up, and I was like, I need to be like them. You know, they were some shit. You know, real low key, but they killed it, man. You know, Saint Smith. You know, a couple other people, Cost, Revs, RD357. You know, they all had, and they came back and just wrecked shit, you know. You know, Cost and Revs in the 90s, what they did was legendary, you know. You know, they just killed it, you know. Some of the newer cats, I guess, was that Phono and Inkhead. They did the same thing that Cost and Revs did to another level, you know. You know, it's some wild shit I've seen over the years, you know. PK and Kid, you know, from Jersey, Staten Island, they fucking did some crazy shit. You know, I watch it all, man. I'm a writer and I'm a fan, you know. I love the art, you know. I see everybody's shit. You know, like I said, if I see one of my boys up, that's what I really pay attention to, you know what I mean? If I see SR, Papo, anybody, you know, I rock with, that's really what I'm looking for when I'm out there looking. But I see them guys. I see all the old school heads. There's like 3 generations of Graff out there right now. You got the new school, the old school, and the real old school. They still out here doing it. You know, much respect to Easy just doing his thing. You know, and you know, I saw him on and you had him interview one of your first interviews, and you know, it's just crazy, you know, where he's at, and he's still rocking shit, you know.
Yeah, to me, that I thought he was from Bushwick because that nigga had every single avenue, every single shit smashed.
Yo, it was crazy. It was like 89, 90, and yo, every Ave, Myrtle, Broadway, all the hood streets. Like, how the fuck did they hit that? And they had it, man. They had it already. Easy Josh, Bester, TK, them dudes, Josh 5, Lower East Side. You would take Broadway from beginning to end, go over the Winsburg Bridge and walk the Lansky, and you would still see the same 3 or 4 cats. You know, it was just monumental. They already paved the way, you know, just trying to catch up and do what they did, you know. So, wild, man.
Also, another great writer from Queens, from Queens, MQ DMS, bro. That guy, man, that dude, high tags, fat tags, you know what I mean? Smash shit. You know, one of the greatest beefs of all time was MQ and Ghost, you know what I mean? And JA with that whole beef that they had going on.
And we were talking about throw-ups earlier. You know, we left out MQ, and he definitely deserves his respect. That MQ throw-up, crazy, man.
MQ is one of the
shit was crazy.
Shout out to Seth and Aaron. They had their run with the crazy Seth Aaron throw-ups and rooftops,
with the little fucking, with the shadow shit coming
with the spray can in the middle, yo.
Yeah.
Them shits was a production, bruh.
Man. They did their thing, man.
That shit was art, man. It was graffiti, but that shit was real art, man. That shit was dope.
Yeah.
Where Ghost is one of my favorite niggas too. He was just, his throw is so dope.
Yeah,
I remember.
Ghost is I know I was fortunate, I'm remembering the story now, but I was fortunate enough when I was younger, one of my best friends, rest in peace, Macho, BBB from the South Side, he was killed at the age of 16. So it goes to show, you know, how wild we was in the street back then. And he lived in Ket's building, Ket MTK. So we all like kind of went to school with Ket's younger brother, and we were young kids, but we was in the street, you know, doing street shit. It was like 3 in the morning. I'm sitting in front of the building with my boy Macho, rest in peace, and Ket comes in. So, you know, he introduced us. He goes, yo, this is my man. He write graffiti too and shit. So Ket was like, oh, word. You know, I was a little kid. I was like 12 years old. So, oh, yeah, y'all can come up to the crib and shit. So I was like, word. Like, I was starstruck, you know what I mean? Because you're talking about Ket, you know, and at that time they were smashing all the clean trains and shit, doing all this fly shit. So I go upstairs. I'm in the crib. He's like, yeah, take a seat. He's showing me pictures and shit. And then who's sleeping on the sofa? Fucking Ghost and shit. Like, oh yeah, that's Ghost and shit. Like, oh, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? And it was like his crib was like everybody. The Ven would come through. Milk from Germany would come through. Who else? So it was a lot of people used to come to Cat's crib. But
Yeah,
I was fortunate enough to, you know, have that experience and listen to the words that he would tell me, you know, and school me as a young kid.
Well, Ghost had that 7-line
So
blockbuster,
shout out to Cat MTK, man, and everything that he's doing, especially with that graffiti.
Oh yeah, Cat's
you know,
doing that
graffiti
museum of graffiti
Miami
in Florida.
shit. So shout out to them for all that shit.
Yeah, Ghost, man, Ghost is legendary right there, man. What he did on the 7 line, that whole building with I think it was Smith. That whole building in 1990. I remember that clear day coming out the 7 train. I was actually taking the 7 train to Queens to scope out spots. And I looked to my left and I'm like, what the fuck is that? The whole building, Ghost and Smith. It was just like, I felt like just giving up right there in the spot, bro. I just like, that's it, it's over. You know, that dude just, they did some shit, you know. But
yeah, Cousin Frank, man. Cousin Frank.
For real, he did some shit. I remember going to Coney Island, seeing his GH throw-ups on the back of the train stations at 89, 90. I thought he was from out there. He was really from fucking Queens the whole time. Just seeing how much work these guys were doing, it just inspired me to do more work. Just keep going at it, because they were doing shit that nobody was even aware of, man.
Word. So you think that if you stop, because you know, like a graffiti is what have you done for me lately type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
it's definitely a love-hate relationship, man, like Papa said earlier. It can be.
Yeah, because it takes a minute to get your shit up, but your shit just gets erased and forgotten quickly if you're not keep on top of it.
Word, for real. You know, I make it an issue to go out there and try to find as many perm spots I can find. You know, I like to hit the spots that rock. You know, I won't hit a clean gate just out of principle. I'd rather hit a gate that's been hit already. You know, it kind of, that's just the way I kind of feel. Like, to hit a white wall, just to hit a white wall, I feel like it's going to get buffed the next day. So I always try to find the walls that look like they're bombing, they're going to rock. So, you know, that's kind of where I try to, I pay, most of my attention to. So there is a strategy to how I bomb. You know, when I'm with Papo and Era, we just pretty much destroy everything in sight. But, you know, when I personally like to hit the spots that rock. So, you know, that's why, you know, I did those ladder spots, those rooftops, you know, because they last, you know, they rock for a while. And the street bombing is just to, you know, keep my muscles up, you know, keep my strength up to, you know, let niggas know how we do. You know, so you already know.
Where do you rank yourself?
I always rank myself number 1, man. When I'm out there, I'm number 1. You know, that's it. You know, I've done it more than once. I've done it more than 2 or 3 times already. It's gonna be a couple more. You know, I'm just letting people live right now. Just sitting back watching it. But I'm gonna take that rank right there. I'm gonna be right up there with number 1 spot, or right there.
Mm-hmm.
I do it all, man. I do streets, I do rooftops, you know, whatever, man. I bring it all.
Yo, so before we get off and shit, do you have any like fucking shout outs or last words or anything like that to say to the fans?
Yo, it's a lot of people to shout out, man.
Shout out, my nigga.
You know, we don't want to miss nobody, but like whoever we already shouted out, you know what I'm saying? I hope they watch the episode, and, you know, so like that's how it is. But of course, you know, you, my brother NBK, HL, KED, NBK, DTF, U2K, RFC, DFA, KGB, BRT, who else I'm missing? I'm missing
CM, Criminal Minded.
CM, come on, help me out. This crew, because
FTR,
all my FTR brothers, you know what I mean? A1s, you already know, WTO, WCK,
MTA,
you know what I'm saying? Giz, Dessa, you know, most talked about.
Yeah, he put a lot of work in, man. definitely good. Catch MTA.
You know, 501.
Astro
You know,
Fogs.
my man Fogs, you know what I'm saying? 501, 333.
Yeah. U5.
HR, Hard Rocks.
Word. U5.
My brother HD U5. I see you out there.
Let me ask you this: Who would y'all like to see next on Graff Champs? Because you know we giving the top of the top their flowers. Who would you like to see?
Us again.
Yeah. We got more stories, that's all. We got more for you,
Yo,
bro.
I think we took this overtime, bro.
Yeah, I mean, there's 3 of us here, so we gotta put in that time. Bro.
I mean, it's a lot of people, man.
I would like to see Ghost, man. If you could get Ghost on there,
I mean, that's hard, bro. Cause
I know.
mean, I know him personally, and it's hard to get him anywhere. So
Yeah.
you know, but I mean, I would like to see Dessa. I would like to see Giz.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm sure they got some good stuff.
You gotta get Jew BT. Shout out to
Yeah,
Jew.
yeah, you know, Jewel, BT, you know,
Louis.
dudes.
Louis
167,
King B, you know, shout out to my Bronx elites, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bio, Brim, get that animal Brim on this. You
Type
know?
TFO, I like his style.
Yeah.
He's been
Yo,
around for a minute.
TK, TNR, you know what I'm saying? I would like to.
TK, yeah.
I already had him.
Oh,
TK.
I missed it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause on
Say no
Saturdays,
to
I be
drugs.
mad
Say
busy,
no to
bro.
drugs.
Yeah, man. I be busy on Saturday, but I gotta listen to that one then.
Yeah. All right, cool. And TD right now, I think TD is like the king of New York right now.
Man, yo, that was nice to see him come back like that.
was a
You know
nice
what I mean?
run, you know?
Yo, ain't nobody doing what that man is doing, man. Hands down, TD. You know what I mean? You see them shits everywhere. I be everywhere, dog.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, we
You know
are
what
the
I'm saying?
streets, man. We
So,
told you.
Yo, shout out to TD, man.
Yeah, TD, I give him respect from the 90s to now, man. He's still doing his thing, man. That's for sure.
That's a fact,
Word.
yo. I wanna thank y'all again, bro, for being on Graff Champs. You know, y'all niggas is we brothers, my nigga. We go way back, and just gotta give you your flowers while you're here. And the fans wanted to know the story. There it was.
Thank you, my
So that
brother.
was Ever, Papo, and Era, the Strongbow unit. Novitz, U2K, DTF, baby.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, as you already know how we do.
To be continued.
Yes, yo, after the wave, you already know it gotta be the next puzzle piece, you heard?
Early. Ask some questions.
I'm ready.
Yo, peace.
All right, my brother.